Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Hey. Woo. Hey, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Maisha Lewis, good morning.
Lost souls on Brimstone track. Ignorance, gotta pay the toll.
Hey, good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Charon's boats too full to float. Whales of the foolish on the underworld note. Denied Olympian, decree now they don't. Eternal chains, no antidote.
Good morning.
Gods convene, truth unseen.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show.
Soul scream, follow the path or drown in the stream. Zeus' wrath, a cruel dream. Strings of torment echo loud.
Hey.
Over desperate proud. Zeus watches from Olympus cloud. Rejecting truth, their fates avowed.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Tiffany for the people, good morning. Deborah, good morning. All right, ladies and gentlemen. You know what time it is. We got to get this show started. We got to get through a lot this morning. All right, Tiffany for the people, lovely, nice to see you.
Don't be wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flash it. And when you
Play the game and you better know your options.
Don't try to photocopy when you out here.
You got a lot of people out here trying to photocopy Zeus. Stop it, seriously. All right, don't try to be a photocopy. Be yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, happy Thursday.
Try to photocopy when you out here being saucy.
I ain't even had my coffee. Good morning, Heaven. What's up, brother? Nice to see you. We made it through another week.
They saying fools rush in, but I'm coming
With a passion, I'm trying to get to know you while you're thinking that I'm asking. Connie, good morning. And it's early in the morning. I just woke up out my sleep, threw some water on my face. Yes.
Golden State.
Ain't no tossing and turning on.
Time for insomnia. I know the best way to make it is to cut the drama.
You gotta cut the drama out in your life, seriously, folks. Don't spend too much time on this app. You know what it can do to you. It'll turn a good person into a bad person. It'll turn a sweet person into a monster if you spend too much time on this app. Let's go. Hey, don't try to photocopy. You could never top me.
I was born to be a winner. You can never stop me.
Don't try to photocopy. You can never top me.
I was born to be a winner.
Let's go. Hey.
Be careful when you flash it, and when you play the game,
Shamira, good morning. Happy birthday, Tiff, and Swervin'. Brother Swervin', it's your birthday, Tiff. It's your birthday. All right. Well, you know what we got to do? We got to celebrate that. Oh, my God. No. We support Kamala Harris over here. Stop it. All right. Let's go ahead and kill the music. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Rio, good morning. Good morning, everyone. We don't got much time to get into this, all right? So let's get started. For those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or some like to say Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's quite simple. The first H is because I'm honest. The second H is because I'm humble. And the last and final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because you guessed it, I am and will always remain the most handsome. You know that. Many of you are familiar with what we do over here on this side of TikTok, all right? Good morning, Tinkerbell. What we do over here on TikTok is very, very special. We hold our friends on the right, especially their cult leader, Donald Trump, accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds as well as their crimes. And isn't it safe to say that when it comes to just committing all kinds of crimes, aren't we all getting tired of Donald Trump and his supporters and their crimes? Aren't we getting tired of this? I mean, every day we get on TikTok and we engage them in we verbally engage you to try to stimulate what's left of your brain. All right. We're really trying to, and so you can start thinking and seeing the world from the way you should see it and not the way Donald Trump keeps trying to make you see it. We're still doing the work to try to get you folks out of that cult. That's what this is about. We're going to do a little bit of shocking and awe, right? We shock you with a lot of truth. We give you a lot of truth, an overwhelming amount of truth in this live, all right? But to get this, if you're a Trump supporter and you love Fox News, any Trump supporters out there that love Fox News still, Scars and Stripes podcast. You laughed at Zeus, but I don't think you'll be laughing by the time this show ends. All right? Because we do not play around. I mean, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say you didn't know, but once I start rolling, there's pretty much nothing you can do to stop me. So listen up. If you're a Trump supporter and you're, as my good friend Brother Swervin likes to say, you're lactose intolerant. Oh, you want me to accept your invite? You want me to accept your invite? Okay, listen. All right. But before I do, let me get this part out of the way, all right? I got to do this by the book, all right? This is part of the fine print. If you're lactose intolerant, right, and you're allergic to the facts, you might want to leave this live because it's going to get very, very uncomfortable for you. I mean, if you are hungry, you're not going to be hungry after talking to Zeus. If you're happy, you're not going to be so happy after talking to me, all right? So I've warned you, Scars and Stripes. You don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
Yeah.
Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
You hear that, Scars and Stripes? Now that no, don't run now. Do not run. You came onto my show right before I even started cooking and doing what I normally do, and you insisted on speaking to Zeus. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Scars and Stripes decided after he heard Donald Trump, I don't want to talk to Zeus. Woo, because he knew what I was about to do. I was about to toss him into the lake of fire like I've done every Trump supporter before you. Scars and Stripes. That's a sick name. Ladies and gentlemen, to my moderators, if you see Scars and Stripes lying in my comment section, he's silent now. He or she, they're silent now. That's a good place for them to be. As long as they're just being silent and they're telling the truth, fine. But if they start lying, you know what I say, moderators, do to these Trump supporters? Put them in a straitjacket. Put them in a straitjacket and let me continue to minister to their souls. Because either myself or some of the panelists that I've been bringing up, all right, and these are great friends of mine. You know, the problem with this show is I can't bring up everybody at once. I would love to just, after I give it to you, you know, Muhammad Ali, let these other people, you know, let some of my just help you understand how you got into the situation that you're in. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got a pretty packed morning, but I'm going to still try to get out of here and get some conversations in between as much as I can. And so what I want to do is, number one, where's Scars and Stripes? Is he still there? Because, you know, they send these guest requests to Zeus. It's sad how the government and the media divided us. No. See, I can't. I'm not going to take the bait with these Trump supporters right now. What I want to do, ladies and gentlemen, is how many of you all saw Donald Trump yesterday on Fox? Y'all saw Donald Trump on Fox News yesterday? We're going to go through a couple of areas of his interview on Fox. I mean, he went there and hung out with a bunch of misogynists, racist, xenophobic people who work at Fox News. And you could just tell he was real comfortable on that panel, just doing his best to destroy our democracy. You know what I've said? Donald Trump is the biggest threat to our democracy, and we're going to have to continue to say that because, again, Donald Trump and his supporters, they are the ones who attacked the United States Capitol on January 6th, not the Democrats. Not the Democrats, not the Haitians. It was you. It was you, MAGA. Y'all attacked the Capitol on January 6th. And speaking of that, we're going to have to do another January 6th situation on the show this morning. You know, I haven't done my January 6th, you know, when I send you Trump supporters off the old-fashioned way. We're going to have to do that because there's a gentleman that used to be on this app. I don't know where he's at. You all remember F-Ball, Brian Holmes? Oh, you didn't know, but word around town is the FBI showed up and they showed out and got one of your J6ers. So we're going to talk about that today as well. I'm going to do it. All right, but before we get into that, and make sure you go tell all of his friends that were on this app, tell them Zeus is about to cook them and send them straight to the lake of fire, because guess what? You January 6ers and you Trump supporters, you need this in order to get out of the cult. So I'm doing it out of love. I got to do it out of love. Hopefully you get out of the cult. But we're going to have to talk about what you did on January 6th, champ. All right, so let's get started with Donald Trump on Fox News. He starts off by talking about golf is a very, very he says golf is a very dangerous job. I don't know what is dangerous to Donald Trump. Is it being president or is it golfing? You just never know.
There you go.
Listen to him. Listen to this.
So, golf game.
Well, haven't been thinking about it too much lately. I always said golf is a very dangerous game.
It really is. It really is. Especially if they're playing with you.
So first lie. Golf is not a dangerous game. I don't know where Donald Trump gets this content from, but it is not a dangerous game. So all he's doing is, once again, he's setting himself up to get the vote of the Christians, because whenever he gets to talk about how they're trying to go after him, guess what he gets to do? He gets to portray himself as Jesus Christ, right? This is why we tell you Trump supporters you're in a cult, because a lot of you believe Donald Trump is Jesus, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you believe Donald Trump is Jesus. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe Donald Trump is Jesus. I know. Look at that. Look at that. You see that? We got Greg out there. See what you Trump supporters have done? Y'all, Queen Flea, cut it out. Queen Flea, cut it out. See what you Trump supporters have done. Y'all didn't allow Donald Trump to replace Jesus. It's just a matter of time. I knew you were in trouble when he started selling you the Bibles. All right, now we're going to jump ahead a little bit, all right, because the next part I wanted to talk about
So what is ClickUp?
is Donald Trump said he won the debate between him and Kamala Harris, and guess what he referred to himself as? The GOAT.
I walked off, I said, that's the debate. You know, they said I'm the GOAT in debates, because I had a lot of debates and I became president, and the GOAT means greatest of all time. He's a GOAT, but what a great step. And I walked off that stage and I thought I had the best debate.
Woo! To your Trump supporters, Donald Trump, he got cooked at that debate against Vice President Kamala Harris. And for him to lie once again and say he walked off the stage feeling great. Wow. Y'all really believe this man. This is why it's easy for me to get out here and cook you Trump supporters. Something's wrong with you. We all watched the same debate, right? That ain't what it looked like to us, Donald Trump. She broke you. Especially at that part when she said people get bored at your rallies and they start walking out. Yeah, I do believe her. You know why I believe her, ladies and gentlemen? This is a bit of taking a bit of a detour. This is why I believe her, all right? This is why I believe Kamala Harris. All right. Let me see if I can get it going right here. Let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump yesterday, he had a rally. From what I understand, he had a rally in New York, right? Yesterday. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it. And you know, they took photos of his, this is his rally. This is his rally yesterday. Heading for the exits. Look at him. Look at that gentleman right there. Heading for I got to get up out of here. And what does Donald Trump say? What does Donald Trump say when this starts happening out at his rallies? Listen to him. Listen to what he says is going on.
She said, I don't think I've ever said this before. So we do these rallies, they're massive rallies. Everybody stays till the end, by the way, you know?
No, they
When she
don't.
said that, Well, your rallies, people leave. Honestly, nobody does. And if I saw them leaving, I'd say, and ladies and gentlemen, make America great again. And I'd get the hell out, okay? Because I don't want people leaving. But I do have to say, so I give these long, sometimes very complex sentences and paragraphs, but they all come together. I do it a lot. I do it with Raising Cain, that story. I do it with the story on the catapults on the aircraft carriers. I do it with a lot of different stories. When I mention Dr. Hannibal Lecter, I'm using that as an example of people that are coming in from Silence of the Lambs. I use it. They say, it's terrible. So they say, so I'll give this long, complex area. For instance, that I talked about a lot of different territory. The bottom line is, I said, the most important thing. We're going to bring more plants into your state and this country to make automobiles. We're going to be bigger than before. But the fake news, there's a lot of them back there. You know, for a town hall, there's a lot of people.
It's not a lot.
But the fake news likes to say, oh, he was rambling. No, that's not rambling. That's genius when you can connect the dots. You gotta now, Sarah. If you couldn't connect the dots, you got a problem. But every dot was connected, and many stories were told in that little paragraph.
Donald Trump, you can lie to your cult members, but you will not get away with lying to Zeus. I see it, and everybody here on TikTok sees it. They're running for the exit. It's because your rallies are boring. It's the same song and dance. It's a broken record. Get over it. Thank you, Kamala Harris, for exposing Donald Trump for what he is, a fraudster. Thank you. Thank you, Gina. I really do appreciate it. Let's go. Let's give her a round of applause. So, he calls himself the GOAT. He says he won the debate. This is what he says on Fox News, and we know all of his supporters watch only Fox News. So this is what they believe on TikTok. What else did he say? This was interesting. He talks about, this is what he says, he wants to, I got to keep it clean on TikTok, unalive dealers. All right. This was interesting. I said, okay, we got a situation on our hand because he's trying to turn the United States into China. Is this what his plan is?
Whatever they want.
You know, like a little real estate card?
Yeah. Basically, their little card is a bullet.
Mr. President, can I ask you a question? You're talking about the border, not just all the young military-age men that are coming across this country, but fentanyl that's coming across this country.
Terrible.
If you were in office, would you consider taking importation of fentanyl as a terrorist act? Because if you count it under terrorism, then our Department of Defense can get involved. We give our law enforcement a break.
Correct. Well, and you can even go further than that.
Yeah, I mean, you could send pictures of their mansions to certain generals.
So they're asking him, how would you deal with the issue at the border? You know, with the substance coming in that's harming our children. And listen to Donald Trump's answer. This is why I keep telling you, Trump supporters, he's not fit to be president. This answer is not a good answer if you're running to be president. If you're just being a Trump supporter, then it makes sense.
And by the way, these are really rich people. These are the cartel people. These are really rich. Look, we can play games and we can be nice and we can be smart. You're never going to, I set up blue ribbon committees. Friends of mine, could I get on a committee? They didn't know the first thing about it. They don't know about El Chapo. They don't know about, these are very smart, hardened people. And, you know, I'm setting up a blue ribbon committee with socialites from New York and California. It's ridiculous. And they don't even want to talk about it. They talk about it for 2 minutes, then they start talking about society. The only way you're going to stop this is the death penalty for drug dealers. I don't know if this country is ready for it.
The only way you're going to stop the substances from coming into this country is the death penalty.
If you think about it, each drug dealer on average kills 500 people on average. He or she, drug dealer, kills five. I know so many families who have lost a son or a daughter or parents even to fentanyl. And I had a deal worked out with China, with President Xi directly, that he was going to give. You know, China has the death penalty. I said to him.
So he's taking something he heard President Xi say about what he does in China, and he thinks that should go down here in the United States. Are there any Trump supporters out there that believe what Donald Trump is suggesting should happen? We should take what they're doing in China, supposedly, and do it here in the United States? Any Trump supporters really believe this? Because it's tearing me apart. One second, you don't want China here. The next second, you want China here. Make it make sense. Alikins, thank you for that. I appreciate it.
You have a drug problem. When I first met him, he looked at me like, what a stupid question. Exactly. He said, no drug problem. I said, well, what do you do? Death penalty, immediate death penalty. And I said, that sounds... He said, without it, I talked to him a lot about it. He said, without it, China was a drug-loaded country years ago. Other countries, much smaller, would take it over because they were all
wasted,
drugged out with the opium and the poppy. And they
I can't go too deep into that, but you could go check it out. He talks more about that. It's just nastiness. All right, let's get into the next thing that I wanted to bring up. He said at one point Kamala is somehow a woman. I don't know where he gets this stuff from. I don't know where he's getting this stuff from, but I didn't even know that was a question, Donald Trump. He's just embarrassing himself.
Words have meaning. A future.
There's an objective crowd. All right. It's hard to kind of figure out what she's saying. Why doesn't anybody ever ask a follow-up question? Like, what do you mean?
Well, that should have happened in the debate.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is, it doesn't do interviews. You would not see her come onto the show. I can tell you right now.
Why should
we ask her now? Come on this show, Kamala. We'll have a box of wine.
She doesn't like... She doesn't...
just the way that they can sit there as men and disrespect a woman, and a woman who is the vice president. This shows you why America is ready to turn the page. We're tired of guys like this. This is sick stuff to hear and listen to. And the fact that Donald Trump didn't have the situational awareness to say, hey guys, let's act a little presidential while I'm here. He couldn't do it because this is him to the core.
Interviews.
Yeah.
And she's not knowledgeable about economy and various things. And I think it would be a problem. But you know what? He was pretty much gone. They said, Joe, it's over. You're getting out. And he said, I'm not getting out. You're getting out. And they were very nasty, 25th Amendment and everything else. He got out. And they put her in. And she's somehow a woman. Somehow she's doing better than he did.
Yeah.
She's somehow a woman? See this little slick digs. You Trump supporters, you guys didn't think Zeus would catch up to you and start seeing what you're consuming and understanding how you ended up in the cult. This is how you ended up in the cult. You believe everything he says. You don't even question it. How sad. But it gets worse, ladies and gentlemen. It gets worse. You know what I want to do? Let's talk about at the end of this when he started taking questions. You want to know how nasty Trump supporters are? Let's get into it. Do they really care about Trump's policies? No. Do they care about Trump fixing the border? No. What do they care about? Well, it looks like they care about what Donald Trump does in his spare time. If he sunbathes, all right? This is the questions his supporters really care about. So this is why I get on them when they say, oh, we want to know Kamala's policies. You don't care about policy. You want to know about nasty stuff.
Blue jeans. Do you own blue jeans?
He
sleeps in the suit.
I have a very old...
Listen to this.
What is something people would be surprised to learn about?
I don't.
Okay.
Do you own blue jeans?
Do you own blue jeans?
He sleeps in the suit.
I have a very old pair that I saw. I doubt I fit in.
Because we were talking about this. I've never seen you at the beach. We see Biden all the time at the beach. Do you ever sunbathe?
I'll tell you.
Do you ever sunbathe?
I see Biden too. All he had. Somebody told him he looks great at the beach in a bathing suit. And I think it's terrible when you see a president lying on the beach on a Tuesday and a Wednesday, and he's stone cold out.
Yes.
He's out.
Yes.
Who can sleep in front of cameras that are rolling?
In the heat. In the heat. You only sleep like 3 hours, right?
Well, I don't sleep much.
And that right there is the problem. He doesn't sleep much. You know why he doesn't sleep much? Because there's no rest for the wicked. See, this is God talking to Donald Trump and his supporters, and they don't even realize it.
I just sleep more, but probably 4 hours, 5 hours.
Do you get a good sleep?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, nobody sleeps well. And everybody's always trying to find the answer.
Well, that's the purpose of this next election, so we can sleep well again.
Now, the last question, ladies and gentlemen, and then we're done with Trump. All right. They asked him. This is an interesting question. Have you ever been fired before? And we all know the answer to that question. Has Donald Trump ever been fired, ladies and gentlemen? Let's make sure we get this on the books. All right, let's get it on the books. All right, has he ever been fired before? Yes, thank you. We, the American people, fired him in 2020. So when the question comes up, Trump, have you ever been fired? He should say, I would love to have another opportunity to be president again of the United States. And I believe this is what I need to do to get the opportunity. That's the right way to answer it. But listen to how he answers it.
Of course, for safety reasons.
That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
Listen to
All
this.
right. Well, have you ever been fired? Like in a regular job?
Well, I went to work for my father out of school, and he was a tough guy, very tough, but he liked the job I did. So I have never experienced being fired.
Mm.
He went to work for his father, but he's never experienced being fired. This is what Kamala said during the debate. He's having a hard time processing 2020 still. And this is what we're going to do. Because I don't want to hear Donald Trump lying about anything else. He lied the entire time he was on Fox just to fit in with his supporters. This is what they've created. So guess what we're going to do? Ladies and gentlemen, let's send Donald Trump to the lake of fire, all right? Let's give him a round of boos and shame. You've been fired. 81 million.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right. Now, I'm going to move on to somebody more soothing in just a quick second. But before I do, are there any Trump supporters now out there that believe what Donald Trump said yesterday on Fox News is true? Please put a 1 in the chat so that Zeus can minister to your soul. Put a 1 in the chat if you believed everything he said yesterday on Fox News, or you're still in the cult. Let's just go there. Let's see if there's still people out there that support Donald Trump, because I think I did an outstanding job giving you every reason not to support that guy. Let's see, how many do we have? Nope. Look at that. Nobody out there is still supporting Donald Trump. Yeah, this is a good way to have it live. This is a great way to have it live when people do not when people start to see the truth and actually say, you know what, Zeus, I want out of the cult. All right, let's bring up who do we have? Who is this? Johnny Jackson, are you a Trump supporter?
No, I just had a question I wanted to ask you.
What is it about?
Because I'm a movie fan. I love movies. And I wanted to know if you saw the trailer for The Apprentice, which is a biopic based on Donald Trump.
I have not, but I heard it's going to be kind of a nasty situation going on in there.
Right.
Have you seen it?
Yes, I've seen the trailer. And I would say based off the reviews and media covering it, it's not a good portrayal of Donald Trump from what his team says. But Trump was going to deny anything that's told about him.
Real quickly, all right. What was in there that you're saying wasn't a good look for Trump? Because maybe his supporters might not be aware of what's in that movie or in that documentary, but they should know, right?
Well, we know that he's getting what we'll see like I said, it's a biopic, it's the rise to his fame and everything. And we have his relationships. Apparently, from a report I'd seen, after he got hair, I forgot what's the surgery for his hair.
The hair plugs.
After that, Ivana stated in court documents that he was so angry, saying her doctor ruined him and he raped her.
Yep.
So I was like, because that apparently that's going to be in the movie along with liposuction for whatever he's done to himself and all that. And
wow.
It's just crazy. I'm like, wow, this, and literally everything is saying like the trailer starts off with the guy giving him advice. Rule number 1, deny everything. Rule number 2, like it's just like going off rules. Like you could look at the rules on you could look at the trailer online right now. All you gotta do is just type in The Apprentice on YouTube. You could check out the trailer for yourself. It literally every rule that this guy was literally giving Donald Trump advice is literally what Donald Trump does today.
All right. Well, listen, I got to move it on, Johnny, but thank you for the heads up. All right. I appreciate you.
No
all right.
problem, man.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, check out the movie The Apprentice. Let's go. Let's continue. And what was being described is that Donald Trump has always been a monster. And the truth will be coming out real soon. So there's not going to be any excuse for why you Trump supporters continue to support that man. Now, meanwhile, while Donald Trump was on Fox News doing what he was doing, you have a real person, a real candidate who's taking running for president serious, doing real work. All right. Kamala Harris gave her remarks at the Congressional Hispanic Caucus Institute yesterday, and boy, oh boy, was it a treat. How many of you still think that we need to do things to help out our economy? How many of you still think we can do better as a country? How many of you want to move forward towards the future? Let's go.
However, at this moment, we are confronting two different, very, very different visions for our nation. One focused on the past, the other, ours, focused on the future.
Thank you, Kamala.
We fight for a future.
Fighting for our future. Derek, yeah. You're a Trump supporter?
Yes.
What got you triggered this morning? All I've been doing is sitting here, honestly, trying to get folks like yourself out of the cult. And maybe you could be the one that can help me. What will it take for you to get out of this cult?
Because I don't know what cult you're talking about, but
you're a Trump supporter, and I just do not understand how you could support a person you know has lied to you over 30,000 times.
Okay, well, let's talk about lies.
I don't want to talk about Biden or Kamala Harris, if you don't mind. My head hurts whenever y'all do that move where y'all start tricking.
Ducking. You sound like you're ducking.
I'm not ducking, but you can't. There's nothing similar between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, in my opinion.
Do you want me to answer real quick?
Go for it.
Hush.
What was that?
That's my daughter.
Oh, okay.
But if we're talking about lies, if you think about the last debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, Kamala literally said that she's not going to take our guns away, but she's been running her whole campaign on the buyback program and taking away guns from the public. So you're talking about lies, and she's saying she's flip-flopping her policies. Also, she said that she was going to end fracking, but now she's not.
Okay.
So when is she actually going to tell the truth about what she's actually going to do? And when is she actually going to do something? Because you have done it for 3 years.
If you have the clip of her saying what you're saying, please by all means let me know. But at least if I go from what I understand, if I go from what
entire debate.
Yeah, if I go and I watched it a couple times, if I recall correctly, I don't think she said she wants to get rid of all of the pew-pews. I believe it was assault weapons.
No, she said
no. But you don't have the audio. You don't have the audio. I don't have the audio. Really, I could cue it up.
I can send you.
But
some.
since you
no,
I don't want you into my. I don't want to be in the DMs. But I believe what she said was she was talking about assault weapons, and I think that's a great idea. Don't you? Because after all, don't you want to protect the children?
Do you know the Constitution?
Wait. I do know some of it. I'm not an expert at it, but let me ask you this. Yeah, let me ask you this. Don't you want to protect the children?
Yes.
What should we do?
What should we do to protect the children?
Because here's the thing. Here's how I see it, right? I've heard a lot about inner city crime, right? And you've heard about it. And they've been trying to say, Democrats are terrible when it comes to inner city crime. But we have a situation now where these guys are going into these schools and they're doing terrible things to children. Yeah. What's the solution? And please don't say mental health.
Well, the solution is not what Kamala said, which
Kamala.
Kamala.
Come on now, listen.
No. But anyways, what she's been saying is that
Can we go back a second? Can we go back a second?
I want to answer your question real quick.
No, but you did something that I think you got to learn how to not do. as much as you don't like the way a person's name sounds, or you can't pronounce it, maybe it's respectful to at least make an effort to try to get it right.
Sure.
Right?
Kamala. You guys
Say the word.
disrespect Trump all day, every day, but when somebody mispronounce Kamala's name, then you start pissing your pants.
No, I personally, I'm not losing sleep over this, but I'm really trying to help elevate you in your communication skills.
Well, can I answer your question real quick?
Are we going to have a civilized conversation? Or are you just going to think it's acceptable to get up here and disrespect?
We can have a civilized conversation.
All right, so can we call her Kamala Harris, Vice
Kamala.
President Harris? I mean, just try to put a little respect on her name. I mean, come on now. We got the kids listening to this show. We got to act like we're adults.
Sure.
Thank
Can I
you.
answer your question real quick, though?
Sure.
So, Kamala has been saying that she wants to take security out of schools. That's not the right solution. You're supposed to bulk up on security if things continue to happen like this. So you don't take security out of schools.
Can I ask, outside of politics, why is it so hard for MAGA men to respect women? I just don't get it. What do you think? What's
women? Because I have a wife right now, and I've got 2 little girls. I respect women to the fullest. I don't know.
I could ask the audience right now and ask them how many women out there think Derek respects women.
What?
I'm asking the audience right now. How many women out there believe this guest is is respectful to women? Derek,
sure, you can have your
Derek. They're demanding I drop you from the live because you're so disrespectful. So I gotta give you some advice.
Just answer my
because
question real quick.
I'll answer your question, but let me say what I have to say. When people don't know how to get on the show and act professional, and I can't even say be professional, and really argue the points, it really sends a bad message. I mean, you have your,
but we're not talking about anything. You're trying to.
Well, I'm trying to make sure you're having
me and saying that I don't respect women. And
you
don't. Know who I am.
But because I don't have to listen to you, I don't have to read your book to kind of get a good idea.
You don't have to, and I didn't write a book.
I'm just using that as an example. But when people talk, they reveal who they are. All right, and you know this, right?
Okay,
you
can
can tell.
Something
You
with
can
some substance, though. Because
if you're gonna,
I can answer
I'm
questions.
gonna ask you one more time to put some respect on the vice president's name. I know it hurts you to do it, but it would mean a lot to me and everybody in here listening to you if you could do that. Because
I just told you.
I agree. We can
be respectful.
I agree. We can disagree on policies. We can disagree on policy, but when it comes to being respectful, especially us men, we got to hold ourselves to a higher standard. I'm big on that.
Okay, can I ask you a quick question?
Are we gonna? You want to try this dance again with Zeus?
Sure.
Thank you. If I have to ask you again, I'm gonna have to toss you into the lake of fire.
Okay. Can I ask you a question though?
Go for it.
So, for the 3 years that Kamala and also Biden has been in office, what have they done to benefit the American people?
See that, ladies and gentlemen? See that? We're gonna throw Derek into the lake of fire because he doesn't have any respect for women. Let's give him a round of boos and shame. Hi, Derek.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Thank you. I gave him a lot of opportunities. Derek, here's the thing, young man. I don't know how old you are, but I didn't want to be a part of a situation that I found myself in with you. I believe that was your daughter with you. And we were having a conversation about how men should carry themselves and respect women. And I just don't think you were setting a good example in front of your daughter, in front of me, and in front of all these people on TikTok, showing you knew how to say Kamala Harris, or you knew how to say Madam Vice President, or anything like that. So there's consequences to our choices. All right. Now, when you're ready to come back and talk to Big Zeus, all right, and you've done the work on yourself and your misogyny and possibly your racism and your bigotry, you come on back here. All right? Because an evil and adulterous generation will seek a sign, but none's going to be given to them. All right? Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? Let's try this again. Are there any Trump supporters out there that still believe Donald Trump? Spamala, thank you so much for that. All right. Anybody out there still supporting Donald Trump and would like to have a serious and honest conversation? All right. Because you can ask people who know me on TikTok. I go above and beyond to hear you folks out. But when the disrespect starts, I just can't. I just can't. All right, you're welcome. You're welcome. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you are a Trump supporter. Oh, Tara. All right. Oh, you want to talk, Tara? All right, come on up here, Tara. You want to come talk to Big Zeus? Come on up here. You're a Trump supporter? Tara, are you there? Are you a Trump supporter?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Are you a Trump supporter?
I am.
Oh, Lord. Oh, my. What happened? What happened to you, Tara? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm going to be respectful. I just have one question. It's back to the guy that was just on there. I don't know the man. You know, I'm not taking up for what he said because we should all strive to make everyone feel comfortable, make everyone just happy, I guess. But, you know, here's my thing. Take all of forget about what Trump's done, okay?
I'm listening.
Why is it okay for everyone to call him all kinds of names, everything under the sun, but it's so horrible when someone, and I'm not saying he did it because I'm sure he did it on purpose.
The previous guest.
Yes, I'm sure he did that on purpose. I know he did. And I'm a Trump supporter, and I'm not taking up for him.
Thank you.
But
because right is right, wrong is wrong, right?
Exactly. Why is it okay for everyone, like the dummies on The View? Why is it not disrespectful for them to call him the things that they've called him? And then it's so horrible for someone that unintentionally, especially, mispronounces Harris's first name.
I got it. Okay, so I think I understand your question. Let me make sure.
I mean,
why is it
all of the bad things that everyone says he's done out of the picture? Why is that okay?
Wait a second now. You can't play that kind. That's some crazy. That's some mathematics right there that you just did. Because
let me put it to you this way. I did not vote for Obama, okay? Did I like him? No. Did I like most of his policies? No. Did he do a
You didn't like the Affordable Care Act?
Did he do a horrible job? No, he didn't. But did I vote for him? No. Did I disrespect him? No. Because in the end, he was the president of the United States.
Got it. Now, can we get back to you? Went a little too fast for me.
I'm going to Trump right now.
You went fast for me. You went too fast for me, though. The first question.
I apologize.
I want to make sure I understand your first question. You were referring to on The View, and I'm assuming you checked out the show and you liked it or you don't like it. I don't know.
I only watch it when I want to be mad.
Oh, okay.
And that's just not because of Trump. It's because of how those women are.
Okay.
They can't stand when someone has an opinion different than theirs. Like you. I know our opinions are different, but I still watch your lives.
Okay.
But
So
you're
let's get it.
not always disrespectful. I'm not saying you've never been because maybe I've never seen it.
Sometimes some people might say I could be a little spicy here and there, but let's get back to why is it and I think this is what your question was. Why is it acceptable for those ladies or even people like myself to say nasty things about Donald Trump, right?
Exactly.
But then at the same time, it's unacceptable for the folks like the previous guests who may have inadvertently misstated Kamala Harris's name. That was your, and he didn't. But let's just give him the benefit of the doubt. I could say maybe the first 2 times, because it is tricky to pronounce. I'll give you that. But if we come to an agreement that you're not going to do something and then you violate that agreement, then all bets are off, right? So you can understand that side of this.
I can. I
So
can.
now the thing about Donald Trump is, I believe it wouldn't be where it's at now if folks like yourself would be more honest about who Donald Trump is, right?
Oh,
Because
I'm not saying he's a good person. I don't know him. I think that
but truth is truth, right?
I
So
think that personally
for instance,
I couldn't be
you,
friends with him.
do you know who you heard of Puff Daddy or P Diddy?
Yeah, but I don't know about all that. I don't
I know,
follow.
but you know what they've basically charged him with, and the things
Exactly.
you've heard, you wouldn't basically say, "Oh, this guy's a great guy."
Well, no, no,
What
no,
would you
no.
say? You would say, "Oh, this guy, he's a terrible person."
Exactly.
So
But do
when
I
you
think
have
that
when you
some
when
of the
you
things? Go
when
ahead.
you
I'm sorry.
when you have evidence that a person is a bad person, it's not wrong to call them out on those things. Wouldn't you
Call them
agree?
out on those things.
Yeah,
But
when there
why call
when there's
him the
evidence.
orange man? Why call him the man that lives in the White House? Why call him? Do you understand what I'm saying?
So the orange man.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean, it's just not right. He was president of the United States.
but
Okay.
can I
Being
ask a question?
president of the United States, I don't care which president you are, you deserve that respect.
But if it's true, what's wrong with saying it?
Okay. There are things that I could say about Kamala.
You mean Kamala?
I'm sorry, Kamala. And I did not do that on
I know you
purpose.
didn't. I know you didn't. I could totally tell because what's happening right now is I'm kind of doing some real work on you, and I can tell you want to get out of the cult, and your mind is kind of confused a little
I
bit.
don't
It's a,
consider it a cult, and you're not going to change my mind. I'll just tell you that. I mean, there are very
but you
few
didn't answer my
points.
question. If it's true, then is it really a bad thing?
Okay, please don't take this the wrong way. I could call her, Vice President Harris, I could call her several things because of supposedly, and I'm using that in quotation, I did the quotation marks,
I didn't see it, but I'm
how
taking your
she
word.
how she worked her way up to where she is. Okay, do I know that to be true? No, I don't. But suppose it is. I could call her a lot of bad names, but do I
But
know? Why would that be okay?
that would okay. So let's break this down. If you don't have evidence to support it, then it's not something you can actually say is true, right?
Okay.
So
But
you
why does calling
probably
him the orange man have anything to do with what he has done? He may be an orange man, he may look orange, but do you do that?
ma'am,
That's not
I can't take this. Listen, I'm trying to be serious, okay? And you know this man is orange.
okay. Well, I know that she is of color, but do I call her? I mean, I wouldn't call her a slur in that fashion.
Well. There's okay. I got it. So you don't like the fact that we call him orange because that's unusual. That's an unusual color for a human being.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, it's an unusual. A person being a person of color, that's not unusual. So if you start trying to call somebody of color and something, then that's going to turn into you being racist. But if you start talking about a person that's a different color and it's because they've painted themselves to be that color, now we're in some territory that's really not well defined, right? Because why is he orange?
Well, maybe that's just the way he tans. But
No. That's
I
not.
don't tan. You know what I'm saying? I can go in the sun and sit all day, and I don't tan.
He does it to himself though. He does that routine every morning, and he put the T right there on his cheeks. If you look at him real closely, there's a T there. Okay, he's branding himself,
Okay.
and
Well,
and that's why when I talk about him, I call him a clown because if you look at him, he does exactly what a clown does, right?
okay. Well, I can then again, I
Think
can
about
talk
it. Think
how
about it.
She laughs.
Think about it, right? A clown wears makeup every day. He does the same thing, right?
Okay. Should I
A
call her
clown, a clown
hyena
wears a.
because of her laugh?
You ever seen a clown with that wig on his head? Clown has a wig. He wakes up every day and puts that bird's nest right there.
Well, I mean, that's neither here nor there, and neither is what I'm saying, really. I just think people ought to be more kind to each other.
I agree, but can we agree that if it's true, it's really not an insult?
Okay, then if I call her a hyena, that's not an insult.
No, that's an insult, and you knew that.
But why is it okay to comment on his color and call him orange? No,
I just covered it.
Okay, I understand what you're saying.
Okay. What do you?
Himself.
What did I say? Is the difference when you're doing this exercise? I said if it's true, then it's not really an insult. It's facts.
Okay, here's a.
You don't have any.
Okay, what if you saw me on the street?
But you don't have any evidence. Kamala is a hyena, so that's why what you just did is insulting.
But I look at her. I'm saying, what if I look at her and say, "You sound like a hyena"?
Okay.
Is that polite? Is that rude? Yeah,
it
is, and I would never do that. I'm sorry.
What?
I'll just let you go because
No.
You're rolling your eyes, and I don't want to take your time up.
I'm trying to help you get out of the cult. All right, but when I roll my eyes, yeah, you know what you've done. You're making me go, wow. She's really having a hard time grasping that something that I believe is fairly easy to understand if you just believed and understood and just gave it a little bit of a try.
Well,
referring to her as a hyena is derogatory in any capacity. Just because she laughs, come on.
Well, because he wears makeup that he evidently enjoys.
Okay, I think I get it. It bothers you that he's orange.
No. I could care less whether he was purple, green, blue, or yellow.
Okay, but it bothers you so much that we call him orange.
It bothers me that
okay, let's move on.
People
How about this?
Saying that pronouncing her name
is
wrong and
we just went over that.
Disrespectful, or saying she laughs like a hyena is wrong and disrespectful. But you could look at someone and say orange man or something to that effect, but that's not disrespectful. How is it not disrespectful?
Tara, we're gonna go over this once more, and then I gotta try something else with you because this is interesting. If it's true, right, then it's not an insult.
Okay,
it's fact.
Okay,
it's sometimes the truth.
I do think she laughs like a hyena.
Okay, that's your opinion, but it's not true. It's not true. Somebody might say she laughs like a giraffe. Somebody might say she laughs like a fish. It's not something you can tie down and say this is 100% true. So it's dangerous to do that. That's my point. But when we're talking about his color and the way he presents himself, you and everyone in here knows he's orange. So it's not really an insult. And then if I give you another example, right? Let's just look at some of these court cases that he's found himself to be a part of, right? For instance, the E. Jean Carroll case, right? That's something that's in black and white. It's gone through our legal system. The standard there is very high. Jury came back liable. He did do what this lady is saying he did. He defamed her and he raped her. Now, this is no longer opinion. This is stuff we can actually point out. So when you say don't look at the bad things that Donald Trump did,
that's not what I said. I said let's take that out of the equation.
Yeah, but okay. So
for right now,
I get it. If you take it, but if you take that out of the equation and we're calling Donald Trump those things, it's bad. We shouldn't do that if you took it out of the equation. But unfortunately, the candidate you're supporting, it's in the equation. So you can't take it out. The math doesn't work that way, if you know what I mean. You get what I'm
Okay.
saying? So when we talk about Donald Trump, we're talking about that in the equation. And I'm glad you used that word equation, because that's what it is. Him, the person, plus his dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds equals Donald Trump, the candidate. You write that down? Could you write that down?
I
Could you
could, but
Okay, because
I'm
see,
not going to.
but it might help you understand why when we say things about him, we're not playing. And this is why we say things like he's a threat to our democracy. We have example after example of things he's done. And it's also been basically it's in the court systems now. It's part of the
Well, and
criminal
honestly,
justice system.
but we also have things that he did do right.
No,
And we also have things that Kamala has not done.
you mean Kamala?
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. It's just, it just,
Okay, and
I
here's the
do
thing.
not mean it. If I pronounce it wrong, please remind me. I do not mean it. I'm
I
not
get it.
doing it on purpose. I'm just talking and it just comes out that way.
I got it, but and then you're gonna
It
bring up
is
some.
Kamala.
Yes, Kamala. Thank you. And you're not like the previous guest who was intentionally doing it. I can
I
tell.
am not.
You probably.
100% I am not.
I know what's been going on. You've probably been hanging out with a bunch of folks that don't like Kamala Harris on TikTok, and you've just gotten used to it. That's another thing you gotta quit doing. You don't want to hang out with people who are bad. They're just
Well,
very disrespectful and rude like that previous guest, because all they're going to do is give you their same bad energy, right? You want to
Well,
strike.
I know everyone thinks I'm doing it on purpose, but
No.
I'm honestly not.
Okay, I get it. I get it. But the other thing is this. You're going to try to bring up stuff Donald Trump has done that's good. I want to make sure we are on the same page about that. Unfortunately, the bad outweighs the good by a long shot. And
Okay.
that's just how the cookie crumbles. It's like Diddy going into court right now saying, you know, I gave thousands of turkeys on Thanksgiving. It's not going to help. Damage done. And that's how a lot of us understand who Donald Trump to be is. And most of the time, if we see him doing something good, we're thinking at the end of the day, he's just trying to get some more money out of his supporters.
Well, honestly, I'm not even here to change your mind because I know I'm not going to.
Well, don't you, I didn't think you. I mean, what would you have tried to change to recruit me to be a Trump supporter? I get it.
No.
But I hope that you at least really consider getting out of the cult this morning. All right, it is a cult. It is a
I don't
cult.
consider myself in a cult. I don't. I'm not saying that I don't like some of the points that VP Harris has. Some of the things she said, but I dislike a lot more.
Well, policy disagreements are normal, but
Exactly.
let's be honest. If I were to ask you, "Are you a Christian?" then you would have a problem, right? Because I would imagine you're a woman of faith.
I am, but I'm not. I don't go. I'm not practicing.
I didn't think you were, but what being a woman of faith means is you know right from wrong, all right, and you know whether or not it's good to align with people who do not align with you in terms of your values.
Right.
And
Well,
let's
I'm
be
not
honest. Let's be honest. Donald Trump's values don't align with yours at the end of the day. If you really are,
don't.
huh?
More of them do than don't.
You know what I'm about to do?
And I hate to get. Go ahead.
You know what I'm about to do?
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
Did you hear that?
I didn't.
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
What did he say?
He said, "If Ivanka wasn't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her."
Okay, now your values align with that.
It depends. I know it doesn't sound good, but it depends on how you take it.
How should I take it?
Well, you could take it several different ways. You could take it as, my daughter's beautiful. And if I wasn't her dad, you know, I'd be dating her. You see what I'm saying?
No.
It's not,
No,
maybe
I don't.
I mean,
What about this?
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
What did he say there?
I had never heard that, but that is rude. Do I agree with
Rude?
it? No.
What did
No,
what did he say? What did he
it's
say?
more than rude, but I
What
was
did,
being nice.
what did he say?
He said sex. we
That's
would
what
have
he
in
had
common. He
with
said
his daughter.
yeah. No, he didn't say he had it with his daughter
No, he said they asked him.
in
Well,
common.
and what? So what does that translate to you?
It, I have no idea what he was thinking when he said it, but
But
do
this
I
is
approve of it? No. But
okay.
that's
So,
just back to my original point.
but does those
Everything he
values
does, I don't
do,
approve of.
do those values align with your values? Because your
No,
statement
but
earlier
do
was
I?
his. Your statement earlier to all of us was his values align with yours.
More so. I didn't say all of them.
But the ones that I've given you an example, they didn't follow. They didn't fall in the more so.
Well, does Kamala? I'm sorry, I'm so confused. Does Vice President Harris's abortion policies align with my views? No.
Probably.
No, they do not.
I have a strange feeling that your stance on that issue probably aligns more so with Vice President Harris's than Donald Trump's. Because let's be honest.
And that's the one point that I went over and looked at both of their policies.
So how about this? How about this? Do you believe? Do you like the idea of throwing people in prison?
It depends.
For on what?
I mean, it just depends. Did you murder someone? Did you? Yeah, if you murdered someone, I mean, there's.
You mean unalived?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So
I haven't been on many lives. So
I get it. So you are in support of an idea that women in this country should either be forced to basically risk losing their lives or be tossed in prison because of what they decide to do with their bodies. That's how you are.
No.
That's
not what I'm saying.
Okay. But so there's several situations happening now in this country where women aren't getting access to these procedures, and in some cases they're losing their life.
But why are they getting the procedures?
It's
approved.
Wait. Tara. It's because it's a procedure.
Exactly.
Okay,
But
it's a
what
medical.
is the point of
It's
the
part
procedure?
In some cases, it's necessary to save their life.
Okay.
So if you can't wait. So if you're not able to get access to a procedure that's able to save your life, right? Guess what? Women die, and the fetus, it's going with them.
Exactly.
And you're in support of that.
If the procedure is medically necessary to save the life of the mother, and she does not want to continue with that pregnancy, the doctor says that her doctor says you will die. You know, yeah. That's
She should
fine.
be able. So you don't think she should be forced to lose her life at all?
No.
Oh, do you think they should? Do you think they
saying.
should? Do you think they should throw her in prison, and the doctor perhaps as well, for doing the procedure?
No.
So that's why I say that I believe this. I believe this, Tara. Deep down inside, it's something you personally wouldn't do, but you understand that there's women out here who have other experiences in their lives, and that at the end of the day, if it's something that they feel is necessary, then they should be able to do it. I think that's where your values really are, and that they shouldn't be afraid to go to. They shouldn't be afraid of whether or not they have to, petition the government or petition their husband or Donald Trump for permission to go in.
To petition their husband
or the government. That's what, and that's what Kamala is saying. She's saying the government.
Paid for, it has to be medically necessary.
It
can't just be, I don't want to do it.
Man, I'm just trying to help you understand. I don't get the energy. I'm not getting the vibe that you're in favor of women all across this country being thrown into prison. I'm not getting that.
Well, let me put it this way. If they just decide there is a point.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing.
Decide they want to have the AB just because they don't want it after so many weeks. I don't think if they wait and it's completed within the sixth, seventh, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh,
but
eighth
you just
month,
said,
yeah, they should go to jail,
but-
and so should the doctor.
wait a second. You just said you don't want the government telling women what to do with their bodies. Now you're changing your opinion about that.
There should be limits, is what I'm saying.
And, okay, let's just go down that path. Who should enforce those limits? The government?
Well, then
You see-
again, that's another fine line. You've got to. All of this has to be.
And you know what would be?
figured out.
You know what would be real simple, Tara? Is if you just kind of said, you know what? Not my preference, but hey, if they need this for whatever the reason is, they should be able to have access to it. Because I personally don't think it's something anybody would look forward to having to do under any condition. So it's definitely a very personal choice, and it involves a woman and their doctor, and maybe the person they're with, or maybe their relatives or their family members, or maybe the church. It's not something I believe women just do the way you're describing. Oh, I was just having a little fun, about to go there. And the way Donald Trump says they're allowed to do it all the way up to the 9th month and even after in some cases, that's lies. And this is why I kind of have to wonder, why do y'all let Donald Trump get away with doing this to these women? It's not right. And at the end of the day, I think that the right thing to do is to basically stay out of other folks' business.
Well, that is the best thing to do. But
Thank
they
you.
always bring it into politics, and it's not just Trump. Everybody brings it into politics. Everybody.
Thank you.
But I do not think it is right and this is just my personal opinion.
I get it, but unfortunately, you share the planet with a lot of other people, and they got a lot of different lived experiences. So to impose your own lifestyle on somebody else is just flat out wrong. Wouldn't you say you don't want me, Zeus, dictating how you should live, right? Because I guarantee you wouldn't like how I'd probably tell you need to go out and carry yourself.
Well, I mean, that's neither here nor there either.
But
I'm not trying to. I just came on to debate my opinion and to say, there's a right and a wrong way.
I mean, but it's not but you're not God.
No,
I'm not God.
Not.
I'm not God. You're not God.
VP Harris.
None of us are. Right?
Trump.
None of us are. So you have to let God deal with whatever he's dealing with. And if it's something that's going on with another person that doesn't involve you, then why put your nose in it?
Well,
because look at it.
Believing in ending innocent lives.
I get that. And that's great. You believe in that. But at the end of the day, that's costing.
And I understand.
No. I'm saying at the end of the day, that's putting a lot of people's lives in danger, right? Because women who aren't able to have access to the procedure in some of these states, they're ending up losing their life because the doctor's afraid to do it. They don't want to go to prison, right? They probably can't afford to. They probably can't afford to.
They can't. And I don't know how to do it. Don't think I do, because I don't. There needs to be defined regulations. There needs to be.
Okay, how about this? There needs to be, I would say, standards so that women don't have to go into that back of alley.
Standards is good words.
If you don't want them trying to do this procedure on themselves in like a dark alley, all right? And if a woman says that she's been raped, right? That's another reason.
Exactly.
They shouldn't be forced. They shouldn't be forced. Okay, so that's why I say what's happening here is you're conflicted internally between your values and what you would personally do, and then you're also trying to impose your lifestyle on people all over the country. And you yourself have admitted you don't want anyone doing that to you.
No, I don't. And I'm not really trying to do it. I'm not. I'm just.
But you are.
I want my opinion to be heard just like you do.
I mean, we've heard your opinion, but I don't think you should be forcing it. Like, go ahead, get it out there, say what you need to say, but
in
you
that
still should.
and I'm not being rude. You're forcing your opinion on me.
No, I'm not forcing it. I'm sharing to you.
That's what I'm trying to do to you. I'm sharing my opinion with you.
Right, but unfortunately, in this context, your opinion, the logic breaks down in multiple places, and it's making it harder and harder for other people to actually support your opinion, if you understand what I'm saying. Because you've argued you don't think the government should be telling women what to do. You've also supported the idea that, hey, if she's been great, she should be able to have access to it. You supported the idea that, hey, if it's going to save her life, she should be able to have access to it, right? But then then you get to this spot where you go, but I still don't feel it's right for me, so I'm going to impose my lifestyle onto them. And that's the part of the logic that I have to keep pushing back and saying, I'm glad you feel the way that you do. Don't do it. But unfortunately, your view, your life, it doesn't reflect the human experience of all the other women on the planet. And you have to actually make decisions based on that understanding and not just what you think and feel. Does that make sense?
Totally understand that, but
and so sometimes when you're thinking about the
get into the AB topic because I knew what was coming. But
well, you just had a conversation with me. I mean, I didn't know it was coming, but I hope you understand that going forward is a difference between making a decision for yourself and then having to make a decision that impacts the lives of millions of people.
But at the end of the day,
right?
We not all take into consideration how any policy will affect us personally.
I think that's what this is all about. But did you get what I asked you though? There's a difference between a decision for you and the decision for the collective. Exactly. And you understand that, and you can understand that sometimes the decision you make for yourself doesn't reflect the collective.
It doesn't.
And so that's what this is about, Tara. All right. Now,
does that mean it's going to change my opinion? No. And does that mean it's going to change my vote?
Well,
no.
but
remember, I'm sure it's not you either.
But remember when Kamala said her values haven't changed, but she supports fracking, for instance? You remember that in the debate?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're not asking you to change your values, right? But what we're asking you to do is have an open mind about the realities that other women in this country are experiencing. And if you can't do that, so if you understood that, then we're not saying you go out and do it. We're just saying be mindful that others might need to do it and make the right decision. And I believe
they may need to do it one time.
It doesn't. I didn't ask you.
They're not going to need to do it 2 or 3 times.
I didn't ask you to do all of that. You don't know what a person could go through in this lifetime. They could be essayed more than once.
They
stop that, Tara. Stop that, Tara. You can't see again. There you go again. I'm trying to get.
We can talk about this in several different fashions.
Okay.
So this is healthcare concern.
Tara, listen. Mm-hmm. Now we've had a great conversation, and we've had a great one. But now people have asked me to move on, and you know what? There's a lot I got to cover. But before I do, I got to make a decision about this conversation, and I need your help. Are you ready to get out of the cult today?
I don't consider myself an occult, but thank you very much.
You know?
I enjoyed speaking with you. And
well, you know what I'm going to have to do?
People have said that you were disrespectful to me. You weren't. I mean,
I was, but guess what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to toss you into the lake of fire, Tara.
That's okay.
You're okay with it?
Yeah.
Well, I do hope you've learned something from this conversation, but unfortunately,
I hope you will take some of the things that I've said into consideration. I know you won't, but
no, I'm going to take them into consideration. But unfortunately, this is going to hurt you a lot more than it's going to hurt me. I got to toss you into the lake of fire because all of those attempts, all of that time I spent with you to try to get you out of the cult, you just kind of said, "No, Zeus, I don't want to do it. This is home to me."
Thank you.
I hope to see you again when you get the demon out of you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do.
Have a good day.
Uh-oh, we gotta warm it up, ladies and gentlemen. Tara, I am so sorry to do this, but unfortunately, you are possessed with the MAGA demon. All right, I think you're a great person, but when that MAGA demon is inside of you, not so great, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give her a huge round of boos and shake.
Silence, you MAGA demon!
I mean, as you all can see, I am trying my hardest to help these Trump supporters get out of that nasty cult that they have found themselves in. Let's cycle it out, ladies and gentlemen, and hear from some of you who listen to that conversation and may have something you want to say. Good morning, Vegas girl. How are you?
Thank you for bringing me up. I've got, first I want to say to Miss Tara, when you compare saying orange man to a racial slur, you lose me. There's no equivalency. So that tells me all I need to know about her. But I came up here today, I got 2 words for you, Zeus, karma and petty. Karma came for one of our favorite MAGA demons, creators on this app.
Who?
F-Ball, Uncle Ruckus. I can't pull the information up because I'm not tech savvy, but Shay can, Jessica can. He's went after several women on this app, misogynistic person.
Wow.
But let me just share this bit of tea. We all know Political Mom. She's a friend of mine. I'm sure a friend of yours. Super knowledgeable, great person. He went after her too. Well, let me just share this bit of tea. He was arrested on Friday, September the 13th, for his involvement with J6.
Oh.
And there is an affidavit, and Political Mom made a video about it and shared it. Like I said, I can't pull it up, but Jessica shared this with us last night, and I told her and Shay, I said, I'm going in Zeus's live tomorrow and letting them know, because these people have talked about us. They've talked about you.
Okay. Well, you know what we're going to have to do, Vegas girl? We might have to segue into some January 6th territory now.
You may
because
go ahead. I was going to say, for him. You may have to play taps for him.
Whoa. We got some J6er coverage.
And just let me say, he was, the affidavit, I've looked at it, he was accused of allegedly pulling police officers into the crowd and yelling some other, it shows everything that he said, that if we don't stop this election, we're all going to be speaking Chinese.
Oh!
And some other stuff. And look, if you follow Political Mom, post and share this video. And someone said, our dear friend Heavenly said he's being arraigned today.
Oh, well, Vegas girl, you know what I'm going to do now. I got to do this. I got to get into some J6 talk, all right?
And thank you for bringing me up. Look, this guy has harassed me and spread rumors about my marriage. When I found this out, I had to be the one to come up here and share this.
Any Trump supporters in there that still believe Donald Trump's lie about January 6th, you might want to leave, because it's about to get real ugly in here. It's going to get real ugly in here, Vegas girl. You didn't.
I know, but I when I heard this, just because it's, and you know what I said? It's one less Trump supporter.
Ooh.
Another one bites the dust. Because he can't vote now. No, nor can he own a firearm.
Wow. Well, I hope you all are ready. We're about to get into some J6 territory. Thank you, Vegas girl, all right?
And I just want to say, Zeus, you are such a good person.
I try.
You're a great person. Thank you for letting me come up. You know, there were times when I said stupid shit in here, but stupid poop in here, but you always have been respectful. And, you know, we were talking about this last night. I just appreciate all of you guys. And I
We
know
all do that.
I
We
know
all
I
do.
was-
We all do crazy stuff. I get it, and you know, it's an honor, honestly, though, Vegas girl, to know folks like yourself
Aw.
and all of you on this app who've, you know, watched me grow and learn what's okay and what's not so okay to do. I mean, it's definitely been a journey. So I think this isn't just about me; it's a lot about all of you as well. Seriously.
And we talked about eventually we're going to have like after the election, we're going to try and have like a TikTok family kingdom meetup in Vegas where
Damn.
everybody, I think it'd be fun for all of us to come there and we can celebrate our new Madam President.
Yes, yes. Well, I'm going to now have to cover the situation with this guest, this former TikToker. Maybe he's still on this app, maybe he's not. But I know who this knucklehead is. I don't know him personally, but I've ran into him on this app, and so now we gotta send him off the old-fashioned way. And right, but then you know what? All of you could come back up, but I got to do this for the record, all right?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Jessica, I'm not good at bringing like the information up. I'm just not tech savvy with that.
Okay, I'll take care of all of that, but you've basically helped me move into the next part of the show, okay?
My pleasure, friend.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Vegas girl. No lies detected. Love you too. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move it along. All right. So, Vegas girl, to your Trump supporters, you're going to bring old Zeus out. We're going to have to talk January 6th and send another Trump supporter back, send them out the old-fashioned way. All right, so let's get this going, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this going. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the unemployment rate when Donald Trump was president of the United States of America, right before he lost to Joe Biden. Do you see what that is? It shows one of the real reasons why Donald Trump was going to lose the election. Yeah, I'm talking about January 6th, and we're going to get to this knucklehead, but you know what this is going to be? We got to do it the right way, because I'm going to send him straight to hell. We're going to send this guy straight to hell. So, the writing was on the wall. Donald Trump knew he was going to lose the election. So what did he start to do? Well, that knucklehead that has been arrested, he won't tell you this, but this is what happened. He got them all to believe that the election was rigged. And how did Donald Trump get to do it? How did he do it?
Get out and vote. Do those beautiful absentee ballots, or just make sure your vote gets counted. Make sure, because the only way we're going to lose this election is if the election is rigged. Remember that.
So he convinced his supporters that the only way that he would lose the election was if it was rigged. And they believed him. All right. So what happened, ladies and gentlemen? And this is where they found themselves in a lot of trouble. Well, on election night, this is back in 2020, Donald Trump should have came out and conceded that he lost to Joe Biden. But what did he do instead? He did this.
Such a big night. You just take a look at all of these states that we've won tonight, and then you take a look at the kind of margins that we've won them by. And all of a sudden, it's not like we're up 12 votes and we have 60% left. We won states, and all of a sudden, I said, what happened to the election? It's off. And we have all these announcers saying, what happened? And then they said, because you know what happened? They knew they couldn't win. So they said, let's go to court. And did I predict this, Newt? Did I say this? I've been saying this from the day I heard they were going to send out tens of millions of ballots. I said exactly, because either they were going to win, or if they didn't win, they'll take us to court. So Florida was a tremendous victory. 300.
So he didn't concede. He didn't concede. So this gentleman that has now been arrested, what did Donald Trump do to his MAGA mind? Let me explain to you. He convinced this guy that he had won the election. And how did he convince this guy that he won? Listen to what Trump did.
North Carolina, big victory with North Carolina. And so we won there. We lead by 76,000 votes with almost nothing left.
And all of a sudden, everything just stopped.
Oh.
This is a fraud on the American public. This is an embarrassment to our country. We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election.
No, you didn't. You didn't win the election. You lost. But this Trump supporter, he didn't know Donald Trump was lying to him. So what did he decide to do? Well, he followed Donald Trump's orders. People say, Zeus, what were Donald Trump's orders? Well, I say, well, you got to remember, this is what Donald Trump did to these supporters. Attention, all Trump supporters. This is what Donald Trump said at the top of his Twitter lungs. I lost to Joe Biden and I'm very, very angry. So what I need you to do is to send me all your hard-earned money, and then I need you to do me another solid. I need you to meet me in Washington, D.C. at a big protest on January 6th. Be there, will be wild. This event was called Stop the Steal. And what did these Trump supporters say to themselves? They said, what? An opportunity to be wet and wild with our daddy? Oh, how could I pass up on this? And so they began one by one making that trek to Washington, D.C. And you want to know how some of them got to Washington, D.C.? U-Hauls. Yes. Look at that. Yeah. My good friend Nutty Professor, $20 a day because they sent Trump all their money. Wow, this is a mass transportation vehicle, and we're heading to the Capitol to be with our cult leader. And people say, who was in these U-Hauls, Zeus? Well, don't ask me. I'll tell you. You know who that is? Those white supremacist groups. The Patriot Front, the Proud Boys, the Boogaloo Boys, the Oath Keepers. Yeah. In the middle of the pandemic, they're masked up. These are the same people that used to say, don't make me wear a mask. I can't breathe when you make me wear a mask. Please don't make me wear a mask, Dr. Anthony Fauci. But look at, we caught them being hypocrites. You had no problem putting that mask on when it was time to be domestic terrorists, huh? Sick. So they make the trek to Washington, D.C. And guess who they see when they get to Washington, D.C., ladies and gentlemen? You know who that is? Three Toes. Marjorie Taylor Greene. And what did Marjorie Taylor Greene tell these Trump supporters?
We have a sea of people. If we shut down the streets, if we shut down everything, if we flood the Capitol building, flood all the government buildings, go inside. These are public buildings. We own them. We own these buildings. Do you understand that? We own the buildings and we pay all the people that work in the buildings.
No, you don't, Marge. You don't. Not one of you Trump supporters own the federal government. None of you do. You don't have any paperwork, but this knucklehead believed Marjorie. So now that Donald Trump has all of his soldiers waiting for him in Washington, D.C., we got to go to the White House, ladies and gentlemen. Mount Negro, thank you for the subscription. Let's go to the White House, ladies and gentlemen, where there was an exchange that took place between Donald Trump and his Vice President, Mike Pence. Donald Trump moseys on into Mike Pence's quarters. Pence, buddy, old pal, I got everything in motion. I got the fake elector scheme. MAGA, say scheme with me. I got the fake elector scheme in motion, Mike Pence. All I need you to do is not certify those votes, all right? Like we asked you, and I'll take care of the rest, all right? And then Mike Pence said to himself, he said, unfortunately, Mr. President, he grew a little spine that day. I can't do that because in order for me to do that, it would require me to place you above the United States Constitution, a document that our founding fathers and our framers fought and bled for, a document that to this day, Americans continue to fight and bleed for. That blew Donald Trump's mind. But that's what happened. And you don't believe it? Listen to what Mike Pence said.
Irrespective of the indictment, I want the American people to know that I had no right to overturn the election. And then on that day, President Trump asked me to put him over the Constitution. But I chose the Constitution, and I always will. Anyone who puts himself over the Constitution should never be President of the United States. And anyone who asks someone else to put themselves over the Constitution should never be President of the United States again. What the President maintained that day, and frankly has said over and over again over the last 2.5 years, is completely false. I dismissed it out of hand, but sadly the President was surrounded by a group of crackpot lawyers that kept telling him what his itching ears wanted to hear. And I had hoped that on this matter of January 6th that it wouldn't come to this, because I do believe that this is going to further ignite the divide in the country. It'll be up to the government now to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that this actually represented criminal activity. But what I want the American people to know is that I know in my heart of hearts that I did my duty under the Constitution that day.
Right. So Mike Pence confirmed Donald Trump wanted him to place him above the United States Constitution. So Donald Trump leans into Mike Pence, violating his airspace, breath smelling like Big Macs and Diet Coke. And he says, you know what your problem is, Mike Pence? You're a little too honest. And he called him a nasty P word. The same P word that you so-called Christians heard him use in that infamous Access Hollywood tape right before you went and casted your vote for him. So then he says to security, take me to the Ellipse to meet up with my soldiers. Secret Service says, sir, those people are armed to the T. They got military grade equipment, tactical gear, tasers, things that'll electrocute you. And they got this new thing called demon spray. Trump says demon spray. What's demon spray? Well, you take a little pepper spray, a little bear spray, a little mace, and some orange dye. You mix it all up in a canister and you shake it up. And what happens is if you spray somebody with it, they'll get possessed with the MAGA demon. Trump says they got that kind of stuff. Yes, Mr. President. Trump goes, and this is before the Butler incident and the situation that happened in Florida. He goes, they got that kind of stuff? Yes, Mr. President. He goes, I don't care. Take me to be with my troops. They said, yeah, you know what? That does make sense. And so they took him to the Ellipse, ladies and gentlemen. And when they took Donald Trump to the Ellipse, we all saw what happened, right? He got on stage, and as you can see, he has trench coat, leather gloves. Think of those leather gloves. And I said, when I saw this, I said, oh my goodness, when was the last time you've seen leather gloves? OJ. I said, this isn't going to go well. This is a tragedy waiting to happen. And Donald Trump got on stage and he encouraged his supporters to engage in heinous acts of violence.
Now it is up to Congress to confront this egregious assault on our democracy. And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here we're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women, and we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them, because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength, and you have to be strong.
So that's Donald Trump encouraging his supporters to engage in heinous acts of violence. How many of you remember this lady right here, who this woman was? How many of you know who this woman was? This is Ashley Babbitt. Someone who believed all of Donald Trump's lies. Listen to how she was sounding after she consumed all of Trump's lies.
Where is everybody? Huh? You got where is Kamala? Where is Kamala? Talking about ISIS like KKK. We got this Margaret Kid. You know what? We have thousands of people on the other side of the border. You people can't get to work. Our economy is going to take an absolute tank because you guys refuse to choose America over your stupid political party.
There's an estimated over 3 million people here today. So despite what the media tells you, boots on ground definitely say something different. There is a sea of nothing but red, white, and blue patriots and Trump. And it was amazing. We could see the president talk. We are now walking down the inaugural path to the Capitol building. 3 million plus people.
So that's Ashley Babbitt at the United States Capitol on January 6th, admitting she's engaging in committing crimes. And we all know what happened to Ashley Babbitt when she went inside of the United States Capitol. We all remember this. That's the moment right before Ashley Babbitt lost her life in the battlefield for Donald Trump. A woman he was supposed to serve and protect as president of the United States lost her life because of his big lie. And what did Donald Trump do when he found out that Ashley Babbitt had lost her life in the battlefield on his behalf? What did Donald Trump do?
That Donald Trump was passed a note after one of the rioters was shot in the Capitol and was made clear that this person had been shot, this woman had been shot in the chest. And the valet says that he offered no reaction upon learning that. He kept sitting in the chair watching the violence unfurl on TV.
A non-reaction at the death of Ashley Babbitt.
He didn't even care. A woman believed his lies, lost her life in the battlefield, and he didn't even care. As far as he was concerned, she failed. See, this is what when we say January 6th was a terrorist act, this is what we're talking about. This wasn't a peaceful movement like BLM was. This wasn't a tourist visit that had gone awry. This was a crime scene, ladies and gentlemen. A crime scene that was planned by Donald Trump and his inner circle, that was carried out by all of his foot soldiers. And speaking of foot soldiers, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Vegas girl. We have another Trump supporter that has been brought to justice, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's see if we can get him going, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we can get him right here. Here he goes. Here he goes. Many of you knew this creator on this app is F-Ball. Failed. That's what the F stands for. Fraud, fake, whatever you want to call it. F-Ball, huh? Well, F-Ball, you seem to have arrived in a nasty situation, and we're going to cover this. Ladies and gentlemen, an Arlington County firefighter department employee has been charged in connection to the January 6th attack on the United States Capitol. An FBI affidavit says Brian Holmes was part of a mob of rioters that assaulted police officers as they pushed their way towards the Capitol building. Holmes was reportedly arrested earlier. All right, you can go check it out on the Associated Press. Also on Friday, a West Virginia man employed by the fire department in Arlington County, Virginia, was arrested and charged that he assaulted police officers during the riot. Brian Holmes was captured on video pushing two police officers upstairs outside of the Capitol on January 6th, according to the FBI affidavit. Fire department employee told the FBI that in July he had worked with Holmes for roughly 1 year. Fire officials didn't immediately respond to requests for more information about Holmes' employment. He was seen in multiple images posted online, and you can go check this out, ladies and gentlemen. You can go check this out. Let's see if we got some of these images of this MAGA demon. In the wake of January 6th, wearing a gray Virginia Tech hoodie, look at this, just disgusting, and pulling a U.S. Capitol police officer towards the crowd, the FBI said he was given the nickname Gray Puller. Among amateur sleuths working up to help federal authorities identify rioters, the affidavit notes that the FBI received multiple tips identifying Gray Puller as Brian Holmes, a West Virginia resident who at the time worked at the fire department of Arlington County, Virginia. On or about July 3rd, 2024, I interviewed two employees at the Arlington County Fire Department. Employee 1 and Employee 2 says an FBI agent wrote both employees identified the individual shown in the image above as Holmes, and both individuals stated in some instances that they had worked with Holmes for about a year or more. It also provides quotes from Holmes in videos of the Capitol attack seized by the FBI. Quote, this is what he says. This is what he says. Are you ready to speak Chinese? He reportedly said to officers guarding the Capitol, because that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen if you let these MFers steal this election. Holmes was not on duty, according to the fire department. The FBI said several on-duty Arlington firefighters were recognized for their valor in connection to their response on the Capitol that day. Yeah, if you go read it, this guy, he had military gloves that included knuckles. He went there to cause a lot of damage, to destroy our country and to attack law enforcement. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do in the kingdom when we run across situations like this? We got to send this MAGA-possessed demon. We got to send him off the old-fashioned way. No wonder he was so defensive. Oh, Zeus, don't talk about January 6th. No wonder. Now I get it. A lot of you Trump supporters don't want me to talk about January 6th because you were there. You don't want the FBI to come and get you. But you can't evade justice. Nope. So guess what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to go ahead and send this MAGA-possessed demon off the old-fashioned way, all right? So first things first, let's give him a round of, you guessed it. Let's turn the furnace up and give him a round of, let's turn up the lake of fire and give him a round of boos of shame.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right. And since he wants to be a soldier, look at him right there. Since he wants to be a soldier in Donald Trump's Confederate Army, let's send him off the old-fashioned way, ladies and gentlemen.
I would like to begin by addressing the heinous attack on the United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard and federal law enforcement to secure the building and expel the intruders. America is and must always be a nation of law and order. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. To those who engaged in the acts of violence and destruction, you do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay.
Do you hear that? Do you Trump supporters understand Donald Trump played you like a fiddle? He lured you to the United States Capitol and then told you you do not represent this country. When are you going to get out of the cult? It's like I've been saying. He's taking advantage of your anger and your ignorance. It's a circus, and you know it's a circus because he does exactly what a clown does. He paints himself, puts a wig on, he wears that same crumpled blue suit with that ridiculous red tie. He dresses up just like a clown. He sells you stuff you don't need. Think about it. You don't need golden sneakers except for anywhere in a circus. You don't need Trump water. You don't need Trump bucks. You don't need Trump NFTs. You don't need a Trump Bible with the Constitution in it. What you need to do is sit your special behind down and listen to this special broadcast. This knucklehead right here assaulted law enforcement officers. You know what? And then I'm going to open up the box and hear from those of you because this is a serious situation. A lot of you Trump supporters have been saying, Zeus, you need to get on the Trump train. And I'm going to say this. I've checked out that Trump train. And you know what that Trump train is? A first-class trip straight to hell. Yeah, it is. Yeah. All right. And I'm going to give you a good understanding about why. Every single one of you Trump supporters are guaranteed to get the ultimate MAGA reward. What is that? Jail. And if you don't get your soul right, hell. With a chapter 11 in between. And this is how it's going to play out for you. When you take your last breath on this planet, right? You're going to be on that so-called Trump train headed towards the pearly gates. I want to be one with you, Jesus. That train's going to stop. You're going to grab your belongings, whatever Donald Trump hasn't taken, and you're going to head towards the exit, and security's going to stop you and say, Brian, Mr. Holmes, you're not getting into these pearly gates. You sit your special behind down on that train. You get off at the next stop. No, this is my stop. No, this is my stop. No, You didn't worship God. You worshiped Donald Trump. Yeah, we got you on film. Look. And they're going to show him. Well, I didn't know. And then they're going to go, you knew. You went to Zeus's live and you heard the truth and you rejected it. So guess what, Brian? Bow the knee, say Jesus is Lord. Now get in your seat and get off at the next stop. And that Trump train is going to take off and you're going to be crying. Goodbye, Brian. Goodbye, Brian. And that's going to be that. You better get out of that cult before it's too late. All right. And this is serious. I'm really talking to somebody's soul. Get out of the cult now while you can. All right. Listen to somebody who's gotten out of the cult. Trust me. You'll be happy when you do.
To the Christians, do not be deceived. Stop thinking that everybody who waves a flag and shouts freedom is your friend and a good person, because we have people like this trying to join up in the movements. I found this out the hard way. I found it out the hard way. That not everybody is in things for the same reasons you are. I was in the People's Convoy.
Yeah.
And what a fucking disappointment that ended up being.
Keep it clean.
What a disappointment to find out that these people that you were with, they weren't like you. They didn't care about the country. They were a bunch of grifting motherfucking live streamers that wanted to make money off of the people in America who were hardworking and sending their money, little old ladies, old men, people who had to wait for their paychecks so they could give a little bit of money to help people drive around and shout freedom and fight for freedom. And to find out that it was really for nothing, to find out that the people involved, a lot of the people involved that are involved in this convoy right here, really people. They were bad people who did not care about the causes that they joined. They used them for their own profit. How sad is that? When there's people who really fucking care. There's people who really sacrifice for the causes. They sacrifice for the causes. For real. It's in their hearts. And these kinds of motherfuckers come and attach them.
You hear that? Goodbye, Brian. I hope you've learned something through this entire process of how dangerous it is to be a Trump supporter and support somebody that lies. This isn't a reflection just on Donald Trump. This is also a reflection on you. All right, now let's get to some of the other people that I want to bring up, all right? I'm going to try to bring up as many as I can before I get up out of here. Thank you all. We've had a wonderful show. Good morning, my good friend, Brother Swervin. How are you doing?
Hey, good morning, Zeus. I'm doing all right for a 51-year-old.
Hey, it's nice to hear that. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Swervin a round of applause. Let's go.
Get in earlier this week.
I know. It's been an interesting week.
Oh, I know. You've been busy. It's all good. But I wanted to, because my birthday was Tuesday, and I know there's some other folks in the kingdom like Tiff. For the people, I believe her birthday was also this week. Hers may have been Wednesday or Thursday. I can't remember. But
Tiff,
in case I miss it, happy birthday to everyone.
Happy birthday. And we're going to celebrate your birthday at the end of the show if you're still here. All right, brother?
Yeah, I can hang out. Sure.
Yeah, because I got to definitely get you. You've done a lot in terms of supporting what I do, and we got to do what we got to do to support you while you're doing what you do. All right? So you and Tiff. All right?
So I wanted to, when I heard Donald Trump referring to himself as the GOAT, my mind immediately went gullible, old-ass tyrant. Okay? Because that's all he is. He's spreading these lies and all of this crap, and now he's planning a trip to Springfield, Ohio. He's not, him and J.D. Vance have not denounced the Triple K, or the Special K, as I call them. coming out and marching down the street, or the Proud Boys coming out and marching down the street. They haven't denounced any of that violence. They haven't denounced the violence that's been, or the threats of violence that's been going on. They had another school that had to shut down today because of a threat. And these people are talking about, well, these are fake threats. But when you get the threat, the school has to be cleared and the premises have to be searched. Then you can say it's a fake threat if nothing is found.
Right.
But the fact that these kids' schools, hospitals, college campuses, and some idiot was on CNN this morning, I can't remember his name, some kind of Republican political strategist. He was actually sitting there defending this stuff, and the reporter called him out. She said, wait a minute. None of this is true. Every city official from Springfield, Ohio has said none of this is true. Hey, you're sitting here doubling down on it. Then we got some sheriff up there. Hey, if you see somebody with a Harris wall sign in your yard, write down their address and send it to me so we'll know exactly who to send the migrants to. He put that on social media. So yeah, things are going horrible up there in Springfield, Ohio, and the mayor has said, "Look, we need help, not hate." And that's all Donald Trump is good for. He's good for nothing but spreading hate, divisive rhetoric, and everything else. And it's just ridiculous that these people cannot get themselves out of this cult. I listened to the conversation you had with Tara a little while ago.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, lady, what is wrong with you?
Tiffany, thank you.
Like, what is seriously wrong with you? Zeus is here trying to help you and help you to understand that your views don't coincide with the overall collective of the world or this country, you know? So that's all I wanted to say on that. The other thing I wanted to say, Zeus,
you're right.
I'm in my fireproof boat right now.
What?
And I'm going across the lake of fire. Now, what I can do for you, here's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna do it free of charge. Okay. I am gonna get my construction crew up here, and we are gonna dig out like another 2 acres because the lake of fire is filling up right now. People are able to actually stand up on each other's shoulders so they don't have to burn. Okay, so we can't have that. So I'm gonna dig out about another 2 acres.
Okay.
We're gonna fill it up with a mixture of water, gasoline, and nitroglycerin.
Lord have mercy.
And we're gonna make sure we got plenty of room for everybody in that
Okay.
lake. And
Okay.
When it fills up again, guess what, brother? I'm gonna be right back there for you.
All right.
To dig out another 2 acres and keep it going. Because as many people have to get tossed into that lake of fire, I just sit here and think to myself, it's a shame that they get to vote, and it's even more shameful that they get to procreate.
Wow, that's deep right there. You right though. Isn't that something they don't mind doing it for Trump?
No, they don't. They don't. And you know, like Tara was saying, well, forget everything he's done. That's kind of hard to do since he's been doing stuff for the past 50 years. It's been going on with him for the past. You do not. They talk about how everybody keeps coming after Trump. You do not walk into the presidency with 4,000 lawsuits. You have to earn those 4,000 lawsuits.
Right.
Okay, so ain't nobody been coming after him since he became president. They've been coming after him for a long time. Maybe it's because he's a shady ass business dealer.
Yeah.
Or he's the gullible old ass tyrant. You know, the GOAT.
Swerve, you right. When you're right, you're right. And I hope that there's some supporter out there that heard what you said and is saying, you know what, I really do need to reconsider my support for this man. All right.
You would hope, or you would think that they would have done that by now with everything that's come out on him.
Yeah.
The evidence, the JE files.
Yeah.
Him wishing Ghislaine Maxwell. I wish her well. Right? Like,
yeah.
And then he sits there and praises Vladimir Putin. Putin thing for what a great deal he made and getting those prisoners back, but didn't say anything to Biden about it.
Nope.
You know, he's nothing but a traitor to this country, just like the rest of them who's still voting for him. I don't care what you say. So
exactly.
Listen, brother, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here.
I
don't want to take up too much of your time.
All right, stay around though. We're gonna try to sing happy birthday to you and Tiff. All right, before the show ends. All right.
All right, I will be here, sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Brother Swerve and No Lies Detected.
How do you drop yourself? Oh,
Alrighty then. All right, we're gonna try to cruise through as many as we can before Zeus has to get up out of here. All right, who do we have next? Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, Tiffany for the people. Let's go. How are you doing? Happy birthday! It's your birthday, or we missed it, right? Looking so good, by the way. Oh. Oh wow, we get 2 birthdays today. Wow.
Yeah, well, I think Swerve's was 2 days ago. Mine's today. Well, maybe his son's was yesterday. Anyway.
Wow.
Hi, Zeus. Hi, everybody. Hi, Kingdom.
Hey, how are you?
Well, it was a little tough listening to Tara earlier,
Speak on it, please.
aka Tina. Okay, listen. See, Zeus, you were nicer. I wanted to cook her. See, I wanted to.
Tara, are you there? Listen.
I found both Derek and Tara to be incredibly problematic, misogynistic, bigoted. It was disgusting to see them, pronounce her name, VP Harris, several times. It's disrespectful. It's disingenuous. My 9-year-old can pronounce Kamala Harris's name. So let's not give them passes when they're intentionally being problematic, right?
Correct.
So, and then I wanted to say too, about separating. Hey, everybody, thank you for the gifties.
You're going to be here later, by the way, as well, when I bring Swervin up, correct?
Yeah, I'll come back. Thank you, everybody. I wanted to say I'm really tired, and I was out in Magaville yesterday, Zeus. You should have seen the signs.
Wow.
So, where I live is very progressive, but I had to go to the country where I grew up.
Right. Oh my gosh.
The Trump Vance signs are everywhere, and I wanted to get out of there quicker than P. Diddy's bottles of baby oil. Yeah. So here's the thing: Tara walked right into the point when you had. I think you said something about Diddy. And
yes.
You said, "Can he be a good person with all these crimes he's committed and done atrocious things to women and trafficked young people?"
It's over. It's over. It's over after that.
How can you separate the two? You cannot. So I'm tired of people being like, oh, you can separate the two. That's his personal life. It is very indicative of who someone is, obviously, in their character that can transcend into something professional, right?
Correct.
And what I was so annoyed too, because I'm tired of MAGA. When Trump has been out here since 2015 spewing bigoted, misogynistic, incredibly disgusting things about people. And then, all of a sudden, MAGA wants to play the victim and hide their hands. You know
we can't call him orange. That's what I heard today. It's offensive.
Right, but he is. He is absolutely orange. So I'm gonna say one more thing and then I'll drop because I know you have some other people and I'm gonna come back. But one thing I wanted to touch on too is about I'm learning in my class right now, just the concept of Jesus Christianity, because obviously a lot of MAGA say that they're Christians, right?
Oh, they love being Christians.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I just want to. Trump uses Neutrogena. Okay, it is self tanner. It is orange. I mean, he dyes his skin. So please stop.
Yeah.
Right. I am a Caucasian woman, but I am not orange. Sometimes
That's fair.
Sometimes I'm a little red.
I mean, we know the difference between a tan. I know what a tan looks like and somebody that's intentionally doing the orange routine.
Right, exactly. So I just wanted to say that if you were real Christians, you would really understand and tap into, Jesus would have been a socialist. Jesus would have been democratic. Because you don't tap into the things that actually Jesus wanted to do, which was to help the people. And it's Tiffany for the people. And I had that handle before coming.
Hey, thank you. Right? Yes, you did.
What I'm saying is that you need to be more worried about, feeding the hungry, worrying about poverty and how it affects communities. Okay, but you're too worried about controlling people's bodies and obsessed with the pew-pews. Y'all are weird. And what the hell was she talking about, Tara? Get my blood pressure up. Calm down.
I understand.
What the hell was she talking about when you played the audio of what he said about his daughter? And she was like, it's up for interpret. What the hell are you talking about? It's not up for interpretation. It's weird and it's gross.
Thank you. I hope Tara is listening and hasn't gone into that dark spot that she came out of and said, "This is home." I hope you're listening and getting the truth.
Yeah, Tara, Tina. Again, we got to work on. Stop mispronouncing Kamala Harris's name. It's very easy. Kamala.
Yeah, thank you.
So, Tara, Derek, whoever was here earlier, and then you had Chris in the bed sheets looking for a snow bunny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo! He was.
Chris, that's nasty work. Nasty work, my guy. Don't come over this way, please.
Tell him.
I don't. No. So anyway, okay, I'll be back up in a little bit. I love y'all. Thank
All
you
right.
for having me.
All
And,
right.
I'll be back. Let me know.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Tiffany for the people. Evan! Woo-wee, look at all that love. I don't know where Chris has been. I know he's somewhere hiding behind those white sheets somewhere trying to do something nasty. All right, let's move it along. All right, don't worry. We're going to get to as many of you as I can before I get up out of here. Good morning, Ange. Yes,
I was just about to remove my request because I know you're in a hurry.
Oh, we got some time.
Okay,
Don't worry.
okay. I could really address what's his name? Is it Brian or is it F Ball?
Oh, the J6er.
Oh Lord, I am so glad that they found him. He was a part of a crew like a year ago.
Oh.
And made a lot of nasty accusations against Ange.
Oh.
Those accusations, what they always turn into, Zeus. Confessions.
Uh-oh.
That is
We got
what
some. We
you
have
all
some
doing.
tea.
Oh, Zeus, don't get me started. We could have some tea for sure. I don't like using that term either. The whole bunny thing.
Oh, the snow bunnies.
Yeah, I don't really like using that term. However, I think he might have been liking some of those.
He was
too.
trying to get some.
He was hunting them.
Really?
He was hunting them. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. He's a loser. He's getting exactly what he deserves. I don't know if he's getting sentenced or whatever the hell it is today, but he definitely is getting everything he deserves because as a person,
They're
I think he's a
asking. They're
veteran.
saying, Ange, please tell us the tea.
Oh Lord, guys, it's bad. It's bad. I'm one of the people that he slid into the DMs of. I'm one of them. Zeus is nasty. I'm one of them. A couple of my friends are. I can let them speak on it because he slid into their DMs even
Now
more,
we
'cause
get it. Wow. So this is why they support Trump, because this is their angle to try to get in the DMs. I've been saying it.
Nasty men. Nasty conservative
Morning Star,
men.
you were right. This is what we're dealing with. They don't care about policies.
No, I can put up a screenshot. I won't do it. Anyway, so the other thing I wanted, the other thing with him, what really ticks me off about him.
You're
is I
right,
believe
Morning
he's-
Star.
What is she saying? What is she
Because
saying?
she told us that's what it's about with these guys, these so-called brothers out here.
Oh, it is. It is, and I oh Lord, I could really expose him even more than I'm not going to do it not today. Anyway, because my big problem with him is I believe he's a veteran, right? So here he is as a veteran, right? Doing what? Attacking our Capitol? What in the hell? And you know what, Zeus? About
What's
a year
that?
ago, when they were accusing me of things that I did not do,
Mm.
they hosted an entire live about me.
Oh.
And do you want to know what? You want to know what he was a part of? That son of a gun.
What?
They were a part of posting a picture of my 3 sons.
Sad,
Okay.
sad. Just nasty on top of nasty.
And TikTok allowed it for hours. This went on for hours. So heck with you, TikTok. What they did, one of those sons of mine, he's active duty military, and he was in uniform, Zeus.
Wow.
They could identify him by his uniform. Yes, and as a veteran, what in the hell is he doing? He knows better than to put my son at risk. He knows, but attacking a Capitol, F you, F-ball, F you, Uncle Ruckus, F you, by all the darn names you go by. I hope they throw your butt in there for years. You hypocrite. You are a damn hypocrite. Jumping it, and like Morningstar keeps saying down there, I don't know how many women DMs he went into, because I know a bunch, and you're right. It was white women.
Oh, and you didn't expose. You didn't blew the lid off the operation.
I'm sorry. They were telling me down there to do it, so I did. So there.
You brothers. You brothers
Cut
are
it out.
something else. Y'all something else. I can't even look at y'all and take you serious now because we know what you're doing. Thank you, Ange.
He said a lot of nasty things. Anyway, one last thing is what Swerve brought up. I want to let me put a picture up real quick. If you'll let me. Gosh dang
Jesus
this
Christ,
thing.
Lord. Cook them,
what
hun, Jess.
It's just what. Well, Jess could cook him even more than me. But that's up to her. So this here, you can't really see the whole thing, but it says. This says active pure hoaxes in Maine, okay, in southern Maine. So this was all over the news, right? One of those schools was my son's school, okay?
Wow.
It's not a joke, you guys, when you have your son texting you from under a table, terrified. I'm getting things, Mom, there's a pew in the school. It's not funny what they're doing down there, what Trump and Vance, those pieces of what they are doing to those families, to those people in there. I cannot even begin to imagine, because this alone just hurt us so much. My son is on the spectrum, so I mean, any child is going to be afraid, but you add that piece to it right there. He didn't want to go back to school. I had to convince over and over and over this was a hoax. And even a hoax alone is sickening. All the parents running to the school, we thought there was really a pew there. And there wasn't. So these hoaxes, these bombs, whatever the heck it is, they're calling into all of these places. It's disgusting. And I feel horrible for those families. So, Swerve, I'm glad you brought that up, because I did want to talk about that, because it has hit here, even in southern Maine. It was 2 years ago. And we won't forget it. I'll never forget my son texting me saying that he's under a table and he's terrified. He didn't, Mom, I don't know where the pewer is. We don't know where he is. We don't know where he is. Terrified.
Wow.
So anyway, Swerve, thank you for bringing that up. It needs to be addressed, because I can't imagine what they're going through down there with Trump and Vance, with all their rhetoric, then turning around and saying it's us. Yeah, you know where they can go.
We're not buying it.
To the lake of whatever you're
Lake
calling
of fire,
the pits of
yes.
hell, all of it. They in the pits, all of it. All right, I'm gonna go. I know you're in a hurry. We got to get Tiff up there. Happy birthday, Tiff. So I'm gonna go so we can get her up here.
All right. Listen, that's a lot. We're doing great, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give the beautiful Ange a round of applause. You know, you Trump supporters, honestly, y'all got to stop this. Y'all really got to stop this, especially to the MAGA women out there. Stop enabling these knuckleheads to be terrorists by supporting them. Look at what they've done. They're tearing your families apart. They're tearing your communities apart. They're trying to end democracy as we know it. Don't let them try to convince you it's the Democrats doing it. You don't have any proof of that. You don't have any proof the Democrats are doing anything that they're trying to say. Let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. All righty then. All right. Cassius. All right. Good morning, brother. How are you?
Hold on. Oh, okay. Hey, Zeus.
Hey.
I have been trying to get your attention. I've been jumping up and down in the comments like a spoiled brat.
I get it. You've been asking for a while, though. Don't act like I haven't seen it. It's just I got to move the way I move.
Oh,
but what do you got for us?
Because the comments was rolling by so fast, but you already knew about the news.
I did, yes. But, it's showtime. You got to do what you got to do. You just got to let things roll. You know what I mean? All right?
Well, I had just heard about it this morning. I was on Sports Moms Live, too, like they were saying.
Yeah.
I totally agree with Angie. I knew that you knew him, that we've been dealing with him for years now,
Yeah.
I've been conversing with this guy for years now. And he said that he had went down there and the FBI had contacted him, came to see him, and then left, So I guess he thought that he got away with everything until those pictures and that clip came out. And like Ange said, the women over there in Magaland are arguing with each other right now, Zeus.
Really? They probably turned them in.
Joe, when I say they're arguing with each other, man, they're saying, look, if you were his friend, instead of talking junk about him, why don't y'all go down there and post money on his bail? Because his arraignment is today. Okay? And, oh, yeah, they were arguing. Even Lynn's turned on him, and Lynn's invited him over to her house.
Oh Lord, that's too much tea. That's too much
Word,
tea.
Lynn's-
Lord have mercy. I can't do it. I can't do it, Cassius. I can't. I don't know if this is true or not, but listen, this is too much for Zeus. This is sick stuff.
Dude,
This
they
is-
argue with each other because just like Ed said, he had slid into some of DM, but of course none of them took the bait, because he's so huge and so crazy. They didn't take the bait. Now you're gonna be enjoying green bologna sandwiches with the rest of them fools. I truly was in shock because I've been conversing with this man for 3 years.
Wow.
And he even tried to get me to come out and have a beer with him. Okay, tomorrow.
That's what they always inviting you to have beer or coffee. Ain't that something? I've been getting
all
these
he was gonna do was feed me to the wolves. That's what he
Yeah.
was gonna do. Because on his live, they doxed me. They took a picture of my son's house and posted it on his live. Yes. Took a picture.
Lord have
Posted
mercy.
it on the live. And of course they threaten you like they threaten you constantly. They threaten you, what I'm saying, me, they so many threats and everything like that. And then they put a picture of my son's house up. It's real deplorable. Being all of them together, Lynn's, MOD, F-Ball, all of that whole crew, they are dismantled. They have imploded. They're not even friends with each other anymore, over different things, and especially over this F-Ball situation. They're fighting each other.
Well, you know what I say. This is why you gotta actually, if you are a Christian, really do the work, all right? Because when you go and start pretending you're a Christian and you're serving the devil, what's done in the dark comes into the light, like they say, if you know what I mean, right?
Yo.
Yeah,
dude,
this is some wild stuff. This is some wild stuff. Wow.
Man, you can't make this shit up. This man
Keep
said
it. You gotta keep it clean. Hold on now.
Oh, word.
Gotcha. Now listen, I gotta bring up some more guests, all right, Cassius? But
Word. Thank you, man. Thank you, word.
all right. Listen to that. Listen, you can't make this stuff up, folks. You really can't. We are cruising, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we gotta get to these birthdays and get to some more truth. All right. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Good morning, Takesha. How are you?
Hey Zeus, how are you?
I'm all right. Just you see what's going on. Is
I'm
there
not even
anything?
going to discuss that idiot because he's been an idiot ever since I ran across his first TikTok that I saw. I didn't even entertain that fool. But
Amen. Let's
this is
go.
what I wanted to say, but I got to say something first before I say what I got to say. There was a guy in the comments that called Kamala come a lot. Men like women that come a lot. So that was not an insult to her. If she comes a lot, that's great to a man. Y'all sound so ignorant when y'all say this stupid stuff. My goodness.
Wow.
They so ignorant, Zeus. What man don't want a woman that come a lot? What man don't want her?
Trump support MAGA men.
Just because
Lord.
he need to be at Diddy house begging for some of them 1,000 bottles of baby oil, to make his log, feel like it's really can
Lord.
slide in anything. Let it go. But anyway,
Hey,
let me get back serious. Zeus.
Wow, what a week, huh? This has been one wild week, huh?
There are two things I want to say to the so-called Christian people, and this has been on my mind for about 2 days now.
Okay, go ahead and get it out.
If you say you're a Christian and you say God wanted Trump in, but the Democrats stole the election, what you're doing is you're limiting the power of God. Because he created us. And you mean to tell me if he wanted Donald Trump in office, the people that he created could stop him from putting Trump in office? Think before you say stuff, because you sound real ridiculous. And the second thing is this. I'm a Christian. I'm voting for Trump because there are no wars under Donald Trump. If you read past Genesis, you'll understand why wars are breaking out. But you're not a Christian. You don't read the Bible. You lack understanding. You jump up and claim the word Christian without
Amen.
even knowing what a Christian is, because you would not be blaming Joe Biden nor Kamala for the wars that are breaking out, because you would have understood
Oh,
what the word is saying when it talks about the wars.
yes. Talk to him, Takesha.
So that's what I wanted to say, Zeus. What
All
I'm
right.
sick of are the
Are you there?
Zeus, I gotta go. A dumbass keep calling my phone while I'm trying to talk online.
Oh, Lord, the
And
devil.
keep sending me the voicemail.
Oh, Lord have mercy. All right, well, Takesha, handle your business, all right? And I think the good Lord understands that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Takesha. She was getting so deep into it. She was really getting so deep into it. All right. Let's bring up some other guests. Oh, my good friend Nutty. I haven't seen Nutty in a while. Nutty, how you doing? How you doing, Nutty? Nutty Professor. Are you there?
What's going on, my friend?
What's going on? How are you doing? Are you there? Oh! Looks like Nutty is on that mega Wi-Fi. Nutty, come back, please. Try again. Alrighty then, Miss Morningstar. How are you doing? All right.
Oh wow! Hey Zeus, what's
Hi.
up?
I'm all right. I am.
Looking, but
I'm all right. What's going on with you?
oh man, you know,
Nutty, get that
hanging out in the
Wi-Fi under
kingdom,
control, brother.
hanging
All
out
right,
in
or
the
get.
kingdom,
All
listening
right.
to you preach the good word to the people and giving us that message
Thank
and
you.
laughing
Thank you.
because I knew they was after them snow bunnies. I
Oh,
knew it. Zeus. I knew it.
you
I
knew it.
knew it.
You had that intuition or something, huh?
I knew it. That's what they want. That's what they want. But they gonna get what they want. He definitely about to get what he want now. Now he ain't gonna be treated like some of them is. You know, he gonna be in there getting that ditty. That ditty. Zeus, he gonna get that ditty.
Ooh-wee.
That's what he gonna get. So
This
we gonna,
what a wild week we've been in, right? We got pagers blowing up, blowing people's junk off. We got Diddy. We got this. I mean,
Diddy with the freak out parties and woo, it's been wild. It's been a wild week.
I don't think I could do another one of these weeks, honestly.
Zeus,
it's too
I
much.
don't know. It's been a lot. I've been listening to your crazy Christian magas that you done had to turn the heat on several times.
Yeah.
And throwing them in the pits of the fire. And I'm just like,
They volunteer to go in. They volunteer, Zeus.
I heard her today. She's like, yeah, throw me in. It's like, come on, Tyra, throw me in. Zeus, I'm ready. They just ready. They ready for that fire.
Yeah.
They so possessed.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. But you know what? One good thing. Let's talk about something positive.
Thank you.
The positive is that the feds have now told us that the interest rates have been cut by 0.5%. So we're doing good. The inflation is coming down. We are.
They can't complain about the economy anymore.
The economy is rolling. We are looking good. We looking towards the end of this year. We're gonna get another 0.5% down. I mean, we're doing well.
Soft landing.
Soft landing. They still struggling to put gas in their car. I don't get it. Gas for me was like $2.54 a gallon. I was doing great. That's great, right?
Yeah, that's real good.
That's great. Now,
yeah, and do you think we should let Trump back in so he can mess it all up?
No.
Good answer.
Trump's an idiot, y'all. Come on. I mean, y'all sitting here playing this game, MAGA. Y'all know that man something is really wrong. Not only is he old, and this is elder abuse. It's something really wrong with him mentally. We cannot afford to put him back and give him the nuclear codes. He can't get the football. He can't get the football. He shouldn't have never got it in the beginning. And you see how he mishandled it. You see what he did. Now y'all telling me y'all want a repeat of that?
No.
I don't think so, Zoo.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so. So I'm just saying this, although this has been a absolutely crazy week, pagers blowing. I didn't even know people still carry pagers. That's crazy.
Well, that's over there,
But
you know, where that's at, you know, where
they
doing
still
it.
carrying pagers and
Yeah.
stuff over there? Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
that's just
Wow.
wild. You know, I saw some of the footage. I'm like, could you imagine, like, literally buying some apples or something and then they just blow your
Boom.
junk off like that? Like, that's wild
Done.
right there.
Done.
Yeah.
I saw the one guy, he just laid out. He just laid there. He was like, forget it,
Take,
it's over.
we're
Take
done after
me.
that. Yeah.
What'd he say? Take me, Zeus?
Yeah, take me.
If your junk is gone, it's take me now.
Blow it clean off. They blow it off. Just beep, beep, boom.
Man.
I said, you know what? I put everything down.
It's over. It's
Yeah.
a wrap. I got a couple people they could have sent that to, but I ain't gonna say no names on, on here,
Alright.
but they could have sent them to a few people. But anyway,
All right.
Zeus, I just want to tell you, I know you got things to do, people to see, people to bring up. Happy birthday to the birthday Tiff, and I think it was Swerve. Happy birthday to them. And I'm
Yeah.
going to jump down and listen to you celebrate them. Thanks, guys, for
All
the
right.
gifts. Y'all are amazing. Let's go Blue. Let's go BP Harris all the way.
Let's go.
She kicking butt.
Let's go. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give the beautiful Miss Morningstar a round of applause. No lies detected. I mean, what an interesting show today has been. I mean, we did a little of this, a little of that. I mean, did we do the weave together? And did you see how I brought it all together at the end? Wait, ladies and gentlemen, all right. Now listen, let's see. We got to celebrate birthdays, all right. And so let's get the birthday folks in here, all right. Swerve and Tiffany, all right. Let's go. If I didn't get to you today, don't worry. It doesn't mean I love you any less. It just means that I got other things to do. All right, we're gonna celebrate some birthdays today, and then we are going to wrap things up like we typically do. All right. Welcome back, Swerve. How are you doing?
Thank you, my brother. I'm hanging
All
in there.
right. All right, Tiffany, for the people, where are you at? Where are you at? Send Zeus a guest request. We're going to celebrate some birthdays in the kingdom, ladies and gentlemen. If it's your birthday today, this is for you. If it's your birthday this week, this is for you. All right? Show our panelists some love. These are great people who've rocked with me for quite a while. They've always contributed in ways you just can't imagine. Let's celebrate their birthdays, all right? All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Virgo.
All right, let's go.
It was somebody's birthday.
Hey!
It was somebody's birthday.
Oh, we got the cameras on.
Birthday song, yeah. Yeah, today is your birthday. We gon' say it loud.
Hey! Turn it up. Let's go.
Birthday, we gon' turn out.
Woo!
Cut the cake and we
Cut the
gon' say
cake.
happy, happy, happy birthday.
Let's
Happy,
go.
Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, yeah. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you.
Yeah. Let's go.
Throw a party, everybody
Hey.
got a new
Hey, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we do over here on this side of TikTok? We show some love to our panelists. Hey, celebrate these birthdays. Wow, Valerie. Look at you, Valerie. Swerving. You're getting all this love.
birthday, we gon' say it loud. Today is your birthday, I know you're so proud.
I love you both. I love you all, seriously. I love you all, seriously.
Happy, happy, happy birthday.
Happy, happy, happy birthday.
Happy, happy, happy birthday to you.
I see you, Shay. I love you, Shay. All right. Love you, Tiffany. Swerve it. Make sure you follow these content creators right here. They do awesome work on this app. All right. We are saving democracy. Valerie, that's pretty clean right there. Rock and roll.
Today is your birthday, we gon' say it loud. Today is your birthday, I know you're so proud. Today is your birthday, we gon'
Hey, we hit something. I don't know what that was.
happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday.
Let's go. Look at all this love. Happy, happy birthday. You see what this is, ladies and gentlemen? This is a show of all shows. look at all the love you. Listen, you guys are amazing. I can't believe this. They love you more than they love Zeus. I'm kidding. It really does mean a lot to have you both, honestly, be a part of whatever is going on over here. Seriously, I don't get to talk to you every day, but I know you're there. Any plans for your birthday? We'll start with you, Tiffany. Any plans?
I'll probably like lunch with my mom, maybe my daughter, obviously. But yeah, hanging out with you all made my early part of my day wonderful.
Awesome. Well, thank you for celebrating it with us. Brother Swerve, what about you? I know it's already passed, but what did you do? Anything planned this weekend?
No, I didn't have anything planned. My son's birthday was one day after mine, so I spoke with him. I spoke with him yesterday, and he's doing well. So,
well, happy birthday to your son! All right,
that was really
your dad
all
is
the
a great
birthday present
man.
that I needed was to know that he's doing good.
Awesome. Well, that is so amazing. And again, without both of you, honestly, this probably wouldn't be where it's at. All right, you've both been very instrumental.
Just before I leave really quick, I just want to, maybe you can touch on this tomorrow. Did you see that Trump said that at the debate there was an audience?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, God. No, sorry.
He's still traumatized by when Kamala broke him over that, right? That's what it is. Yeah.
Zeus, can I get a quick plug out there?
Get it out there. Yes, sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget this afternoon between 2 and 5. Yeehaw! Between 2 and 5 is the Women's Live on my panel. We have the women come in and voice their opinions and their concerns because it is so important that we hear from women in this country right now and the women of TikTok than the men of TikTok. And misogynists need not apply.
Thank you.
My co-host Twilight Goddess runs a tight ship over there. Let me
or the incels. And that's where I'll probably stop by. And then also I probably will be doing like a B-Day live celebration later.
What time zone and time, both of you? Seriously.
I'm not completely sure. We'll say 10 Eastern time. So
I'll definitely try to make sure I remember that. And
we might be catching up.
What time? What about yours, Swerve? You're going live today as well?
Today between 2, we go from 2 to 5 Eastern time.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So
you guys got
to synchronize their watches. It is exactly 12 o'clock right now.
Okay. You're 3 hours ahead. All right. Well, listen.
All right. Love you, Zeus. Thank you so much.
Love you, Swerve. Love you, Zeus. Bye,
Love
guys.
you all.
Love you, Virgo.
All right. All right.
Yeehaw!
Let's go. What a great show today, ladies and gentlemen. Great show.
Brother. I appreciate you and I love you, man. Keep rocking it.
All right, you too. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give the birthday boy and girl a round of applause. Girl and boy. All right. I got to wrap things up, but before I do, I want to give you all a round of applause, all right? You've done an outstanding job tuning in this morning, especially my panelists, my subscribers, my gifters, and my moderators. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. We got to give one last round of booze and shame, all right? And this goes out to all the Zeus haters out there, and they know exactly who they are, all right? And they're not just my haters, they're also your haters. They get on TikTok day in and day out and promote misinformation and disinformation on behalf of Vladimir Putin and the Kremlin. Thank you, Deb. All right, thank you. They promote evil, misogyny, bigotry, xenophobia, all kinds of corruption and criminality on behalf of their orange cult leader, Donald J. Trump. Trust me when I tell you this, folks. These folks are the worst of the worst and the scum of the earth. Let's give them our final round of, you guessed it, booze and shame. All right, and on that note, ladies and gentlemen, have a great rest of your morning. It says Oprah tonight and Harris as well. All right, have a great rest of your morning. Take care and stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Another great show. Have a great rest of your morning. Thank you, Hampton. Love the garden. You're welcome. Aaron, thank you. O'Neal. Let's go. Happy birthday, Swerve Tiffany. And all of you, if it's your birthday this week, this month, happy birthday. DJ Kitty Cat, thank you. You like this song? I'll give it to you tomorrow. How about that? Not a U.S. artist. Angel! Yes, let's go, let's go. London loves me. I love you too, London. Damn right, I see you. Nathan, oh, look at this beautiful hammer. I see you. Stay positive, I will stay positive. Thank you. Shelly, thank you, Battle. Get out there and spread the truth. The Democrats are going to win in November. It's going to be a really nasty situation. Hey. Let's go! Yo, thank you so much, alright? Tinkerbell, thank you too. Keep America Trumpless. Let's go! Let's go. Love you all as well. All right, let's get up out of here.
We won Texas by 700,000 votes.
You know what we
and
do?
They don't even include it in the tabulations. It's also clear that we have won Georgia. We're up by 2.5% or 117,000 votes with only 7% left. They're never going to catch us. They can't catch us.
Oh.
Likewise, we've clearly won North Carolina. We're up 1.4% or 77,000 votes with only approximately 5% left. They can't catch us.
They can't catch us. All right, I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. What are we going to do? What are we going to do?
On behalf of everyone whose story could only be written in the greatest nation on earth,
You always got to let go.
I accept your nomination to be President of the United States of America.